What's up, everybody? Here we go. Ready for the MLS Classics remix. Today we are throwing it back. Yes, Charlie Davies, way back. No, 2019 playoff, but it was a classic. It was a classic, and we have two great guests to join us. Of course, Kalen Carr and Charlie Davies here. And we have from the Philadelphia Union, Brendan Aronson, and from the Red Bulls, Tim Parker. Tim, how are you feeling today, man?
Feeling good. Excited to see what this is going to be like. Not excited for the game you guys picked, but excited for the experience.
Yeah, I've been on a couple. I've had to watch a couple L's myself today, but anyways, today we'll get to it. Sit back and enjoy it. Brendan, how are you doing, man? How are you holding up in this time, and how are you feeling today about rewatching this classic?
Yeah, I'm doing good. You know, it's tough times, but what it calls for, and yeah, I'm really excited about this game because I mean it was a huge thing for
Brendan.
our team.
you guys won your first playoff game.
Hey,
give me some energy. Tell me
hey,
I can't wait to watch this. Are you kidding me?
I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch it.
Exactly.
There we
exactly.
go. That's good veteran leadership there, Chuck.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. I've seen Brendan come up through the ranks. I saw when he was a young boy. But let me get this straight, because I've seen a lot of tweets. Are you guys real rivals? Is this who's your main rival, Tim, in your mind? Is it Philly? Is it DC? Is it New York City FC? I see fans like rival question mark. What's going on here? Is this a real rivalry?
Yeah, for sure. I think obviously New York City sharing like the same town obviously creates that like strong battle for territory. But Philly's always kind of that like that grinder game, you know, and I think it's shown over the last couple matchups we've had against them that it's just a grind for 90 minutes, and you never know what happens until that final whistle finally blows.
Brendan,
and then some in this case.
Yeah. I think it is rivalry because from a young age, I mean, all in the academy, it's the Red Bull game. That's the only thing you look forward to, and I think when you're coming up through the academy ranks and then you get the first team, you get hit by like, oh god, this is really a rivalry match, and everybody just gets so pumped up for it, so you get that feeling of one.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's
right.
roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
Well, let's also say, fans, if you guys have questions, you can get in those comments on Facebook and YouTube. We will answer them as we go. Let's start off with the Red Bulls lineup. Tim, what stands out to you here going into this one?
Yeah, I think when you look from the back forward, it's pretty standard, but we gave the rookie Reese Buckmaster a chance to show himself in this game. And then Tom Barlow started up top to create some chaos for us and did a good job of it. And he was obviously put into the lineup because of an injured Brian White, but Barlow took most of that opportunity.
What in your mind? What gave Barlow that presence up top? What made him so strong?
Yeah, I think his willingness to kind of battle with guys, you know, and I think he's his ability to create chaos, like I said, but he's fast, he's athletic, and he enjoys that kind of he enjoys that battle. So that's what we wanted.
Brendan, over at the Philly lineup, we have Casper. Looked like he missed out on this one, a late scratch.
Mm-hmm.
What happened there?
Yeah, so what we heard at the time was no one really knew what was going on when he went out for warm-ups, but it seemed to be his foot. He's had some problems in the past with his foot, and I think it was his toe or something like that, and it was really bothering him, and I think he's been playing with it for a little longer than we thought, so I think going into the game it hurt, and he wouldn't have had his full potential playing in the game, so we went with Wooten, and he did a great job, and same with Santos.
All right,
but Tim, as a striker, when you see that Casper Shabilko's not starting, and he had a fantastic year, are you guys like, we really got this one? You know, what's going through your mind, you and Aaron Long, you know, as the center backs?
Yeah, I mean, it was a question mark in our head because we knew he was injured, and when we saw him not on the stat sheet, it turned out to be pretty well just because we thought we could get the better of these two guys that started for them.
So this was coming off a short rest off decision day as well too. Talk about just the short week and heading into a big match. Because there was also a big part of this game was Ale and his condition, because he had gone out, I think, not too long before this one.
Yeah, he went out in the Columbus game, so he was just coming back from injury at the time, and we weren't sure if he was going to be fit, but he was working really hard in training, and he was staying fit and looked really sharp for the game, so we went with him, and of course he does a great job. He does really well every single game. He has that work rate for us, and he gives us a lot on the attacking side, so
Yeah, it's 2 weeks later, but still, to come off of, I remember I was sitting there with you, Chuck. We were watching it at our studio and seeing him go down. You know, anytime you see a player go down with just kind of that shotgun to the and just pull up lame, I didn't think he was to be back for this game.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone with an experience in injuring your hamstring would think you're going to be back. I mean, it's really tough, quad, hamstring, groin. When you injure it and it causes you to limp off and not return to the game, chances are you're not going to be able to go the next round, especially on a short turnaround.
Yeah, I think the international break did come in, which may have given him at least a fighter's chance to get into it. But yeah, we will see how he holds up. I can't believe he looked like he was playing on one leg through most of this match. But yeah, this was a wild one. Tim, for you guys going into it, were the question marks around whether it was no Casper, whether Ale was going to start? How much do you guys focus on that going into it, or did that change your game plan at all?
I don't think it changes so much of the game plan, but it does change the way I think Philly would have attacked the game. You know, I don't know how much Brandon wants to give up on that, but I think they would have played a little bit differently without those two guys, just because those two guys are such mainstays and have had such good seasons for them that year.
Tim, talk to me about the difference from the 2018 playoffs, where you guys are finishing as the Supporter Shield winners, arguably one of the best seasons in MLS history, to 2019, where you're just limping into the playoffs. I mean, you finished in 6th position, but far off from the 2018 side. What was the approach heading into this playoffs compared to the last one?
Yeah, I think going into this playoffs, we wanted to make people take back what they said about us. You know, I mean, we didn't have as good of a year in 2019 as we did in 2018, but a lot of people were writing us off like as if we weren't the same team, like we couldn't be good again, like, and that it was the same old the saying, that's so Metro, right? It's such the like Red Bulls, like they're just gonna kind of blow it in the playoffs again, and we wanted to write that off, and we got off to a good start in this game, but just weren't able to kind of maintain that.
Well, it's funny.
Probably some pressure on the Philly side too, just because Philly similarly had been climbing but hadn't really gotten over maybe that playoff hump. Is that something that guys talked about leading into this one, Brennan, or you just kind of went about it?
Yeah, I mean, on social media, you hear people talk about it all the time, and it's something that's always in the back of your head, but you try. As a club, I don't think we tried thinking about it, and I think we went into the game with an open mind. We didn't have any pressure on us. We were just going to go in and try and play what we've been playing all season, which is getting forward and scoring goals.
Right
There's the
now,
mustache.
Are you guys 5 minutes into the game? Do you guys talk between you and Aaron Long? Are you saying like, "Oh, we're good, we got the game"? We don't see like they're going to cause too many problems right now. What's that relationship like during the game?
Yeah, I mean, early on in this one, it's pretty chaotic. You can kind of see like there's not much of like settling the game down and keeping the ball yet. But I mean, we kind of anticipate that like high, obviously, like a lot of energy is going to be coming in out of this game. Like Phillies, like you guys said, like they're in the playoffs, they're on their home field. Us, it's like weather storm first, like 10, 15 minutes, get your energy down, and then like let's just keep the pressure on them, you know. And I think we did a good job of that. And for whenever the ball's obviously in their end of the field, me and Aaron are organizing, but we obviously feel pretty good in the way that the guys in front of us are playing at this point.
Yeah, this Philly crowd,
Brandon,
I
you think
remember
this isn't
throughout
a
the
foul?
season, but especially
Is that not a
later
foul?
on. I remember that game against Atlanta at home. There were some pretty big matches down the stretch where
There's
the
no
crowd
foul
was
there.
really probably one of the better atmospheres. So this was looked like a wet one too. So
Yeah,
a little
it
extra.
was an ugly day.
wasn't-
This was an ugly day.
It wasn't the best field, yeah. I think before the game, we
I
kinda
love
went into
this
the
weather
game.
though. This is the type of weather
yeah, it's
I
great.
love to play.
Oh, it's playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's playoff game.
defender
I think going into
slips,
this
the ball
game-
skips. You know.
Yeah.
Speaking of turnover,
Oh
touch,
no! What happened here? No.
Oh man, deserved for Simsy, man. He was knocking on the door ever since he came in the summer, and we were so happy that he finally scored this goal. Such an early goal for us as well, on the road to kind of get that going. Boosted us, you know. It gave us a real big boost early in the game that we needed.
first goal for the club too.
Yeah, yeah,
What,
this
what were
is
you
Red
guys
Bull,
saying,
right?
Brennan? At this
yeah. I
point?
mean that.
Yeah. At this part, yeah. At this point, I mean, it's just the blow. I mean, it's so early in the game, and it's kind of frantic, and I mean, that's the way it's going to be. Everybody's nervous before the first playoff game, or even a game in general. But it's a playoff game, and it means a lot. You're at home, so I think it was a blow for us, but it's something that you just need to take, and you just need to come back firing and try to score one back. I don't think you can really lay on it. You just need to come back firing and try and get another one.
When something like happens like this, I have a strong feeling that Bedoya gets in everybody's ear, and he's barking. You know, he's one of the most determined people I've ever known. I mean, a winner.
Yeah.
He's always wants to win. He expects the most out of everybody. What is he saying on the field throughout the game? I know he's a vocal captain.
No, yeah, I mean, you know Bedoya, you play with him. He's a guy that's going to get in your face, and he's going to tell you straight up, we need to do better. And at this point, he was pissed, and you could see it on his face. I mean, who wouldn't be pissed? But, I mean, yeah, I mean, sorry, my series going on. But I mean, he got in everybody's faces. He wanted us to go, and Harris was another one of those guys. He was a silent, but he was a leader on the field, and he pushed us to be better every single game. So I think these guys that were leaders on the team last year really pushed us in a game like this where it's not going our way. And you can see right there, he'll get mad at someone like that, but it really pushed you to do better at that moment.
Give me your critique on Sim Celebration, Tim. Is that
I thought it was
exactly
pretty
what
good.
you expected, or
I mean, kind of like classic like English celebration, you know, taking advantage of the wet field, knee slide into their supporters' corner. I mean, 8 out of 10.
You're right.
You know?
I forgot about that. Yeah, the supporters corner too.
8 out of 10.
Okay.
8 out of 10. Chuck, you're the celebration master. What do you got for us, man? You want a little
yeah.
stanky leg?
Well,
I mean, it's not.
yeah.
He didn't go full.
It's early in the game, right? So you can't go
Right.
overboard. You got to play
Yeah,
it safe,
for sure.
But you also have to make a statement. Sliding into the supporter section of the home team on the road, that's something that gets everybody pumped, gets me jacked. I'm watching the game. I said, yeah, okay, now I'm ready. I remember us watching. I said, wow. Knee slide into the Union supporters? Okay. You better bring it the whole game, because if you don't come away with a result, they will come after you. They will come after you.
That's
Well,
true.
I thought.
Then
I
he-
mean, sorry. I was just gonna say. I thought that the you were talking. You mentioned it before, but the pressure of coming in as the 1 seed versus being the like I guess a lower seed. What seed were you in this one? I think it was like the last.
We were
Because
6.
the Revs
I
were
think-
7th.
Yeah,
Philly,
6-3.
Philly was
That's
2,
right?
right?
That's right. Yeah,
No,
we were
6-3,
3, I think.
yeah.
We were 3.
Yeah.
6-3.
Yeah, we were 3.
Yeah, but in some ways, I felt like with the way sometimes the way the Red Bull play, like that, and from what I know about Armis and from having played with them and those guys, it's like that underdog mentality on the road, coming
Yeah.
out, being aggressive. That seemed to. This is at the point in the game where I'm like, all right, well, this kind of suits them well. It's a wet field. You pick up a turnover, you put the pressure, quick goal, like this. Right now, this is like best case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, getting an early goal was like you said, it's best case scenario. And Chris, obviously, like the whole week leading into this game is like driving us. You know, like underdogs, they're writing us off. Away game, who cares? Like shitty weather. Like he loved it. You know, he loved the idea of playing in bad weather. Loved that people were writing us off. Loved that we were a lower seed. So we were kind of building off that energy.
How about that
And I
one,
think
Chuck?
you guys thrive with chaos. That's like the Red Bull way. It's like just
Yeah.
helter-skelter, counterattack, speed, open up. You know, there's no calm possession. Let's slow the game. No, it's you guys
Nah,
thrive when it's fast-paced.
Yeah, it's play forward and play fast. You know, I think that's what we thrive off of, and I mean we thrive off of teams like wanting to take their foot off the gas, because once they kind of take their foot off the gas, that's when we kind of jump all over them.
We got a good
Brendan, what
question
do you
here
think
coming in
about
from
your
Laura
performance
Shaler
so
on
far?
YouTube. Oh, sorry,
Wait,
Chuck.
say
What
that
is
again,
that?
Charlie? Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, Brendan, what do you think about your performance so far? 10 minutes into the game, it's your first playoff game. It feels like you're still
Yeah.
trying to find the game a little bit.
Yeah, I think in the moment of time it was frantic, and I was trying to find the ball because I'm a player that likes to have the ball at his feet. So I was trying to find the ball, get some touches, get into the game, and it was frantic at the time, of course. But I think just winning the duels. Like it's not the best field. You're not going to complete all your passes on this kind of day. And I think it's just about competing at this point and giving everything you have on the defensive side of things. So doing that and having the quality in the final third was my plan at the time.
Did it feel different? I mean, from regular season to playoffs, could you notice the difference, or did that change the way you approached it?
I like to approach the game the same way I do every single game. I don't try to think about the game that much. I keep my mind off of the game, especially a playoff game like this. I think the hype can get to you, and I don't try to think of that, and I just try and play my game.
It's a good media answer, Brendan. Well played. Well played.
Well trained. Well trained.
I like it. No, it is managing emotions. It's important. You had a partnership. I mean, it helps when you have guys like Ale and Harris behind you or alongside you. Talk about the partnership between you three and why you thought it worked so well.
Yeah, so Harris was my first roommate for the Philadelphia Union. In preseason, me and him were roommates for the first time. And I knew him before. I trained with him a little bit, but I didn't know much about him. And that was the first time I met him, and he was the biggest influence on my first year at the Union. He was the role model for me. He was there for me throughout the entire year. When I didn't play some games, he was there for me. And just being able to bounce ideas off a guy like that who's so technical and played all around the world at the time, like, he's just the guy that was there for me all year, and I owe him a lot of credit for that. And yeah, he helped me through some rough times, but he was a great guy for me all year. And same with Bedoya, bouncing ideas off of him, because I'm a guy who likes to ask a lot of questions and see what they've gone through in their career. So I think that was huge for me, having those two.
Okay. Talk to me about corner kicks, Tim, with you guys. With Robles, Aaron Long, how do you guys typically set up on set pieces? I feel like it was tough for a team to ever get a goal off a set piece with you guys. On the field.
We do a zone. I think me and Aaron are in the middle of that zone, and then we put like two guys at the near post, and we have a bunch of guys by the penalty spot kind of blocking some just halting runs. So no one's getting free runs against us, and no one's just able to dunk anything on us. And, Philly gets a couple early chances out of some set pieces that we kind of luck out of on clearances and stuff. But yeah, I think for us it's just about attacking the ball and being ready to dominate and control your area. And, most of the time we do a pretty good job of that.
Man marking versus zone. I've always been on teams where I just feel like zone makes me nervous because it kind of passes on responsibility, or you can kind of end up looking around saying, hey, maybe it wasn't my man or someone missed a spot. What's your take on that? Because I know some teams do a mix. You mentioned you and Aaron. You got two. I understand the logic of two big guys in the middle just eating up space, but what do you think?
Yeah, I think the way we do it is really like it's calculated in a way, just because obviously we have guys that bump the runs that come in. So it's not really necessarily man marking, but at least we're not letting like guys just run free. So at least their runs are like halted, or they're delayed at some point, or we could throw off their timing by a little bump or something, and then that gives obviously me and Aaron a better chance of attacking the ball. But yeah, I actually really enjoy what we do now. I enjoy it.
But let's say
are there ever exceptions to the rule? Do you make an excuse for a guy who's special?
Yeah, let's say you're preparing for Kai Kamara or Drogba or Zlatan, somebody who's just a beast in the air. Does that change the game plan, or do you always stay the same type of mark?
No, that's usually when we'll put someone on them. We'll personalize, we'll set up someone to man mark them specifically, and then the rest of the team kind of stays the same. So it's like, and in that instance, like the guys specifically meant to just not let them get a free run. If there's going to be times where, like you're saying, Kai Kamara, Ikapara, they're going to win a header, but as long as it's not a clean header and it gives everyone else a chance, that's what we're looking for.
It's a pretty good example right there with Jack. Got a piece on it, but not enough to...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, game's settling down a little bit, which is nice. I think obviously for us, being up 1-0 at this point, letting the game settle down, it gets a little bit less chaotic. We're almost dropping our line a little bit here.
Now, are you barking everybody to get back in line, or is this what you always planned. If you got a 1-0 lead, because you guys played early in the year, you're up 2-0, they came back 3-2. Is that in the back of your mind as well? Like, okay, once we get a lead, let's sit back, not let them counter.
Not necessarily. I think it just came to the point where, like, there are certain times where our press is all out, and there's times where we can pick and choose when to press, you know? So I think that's what was important for us there is you kind of see Barlow, like, waiting, and then he finally goes on a pass, puts one guy under pressure, the rest of us come, and we're able to win the ball higher up the field.
Well, let's talk about the safety valve, though, because I saw Aaron chasing down Sergio Santos there, and then he knocks him out wide, and then you use your body to kind of like usher him out of bounds. Sometimes, I mean, it does, as a center back, it does leave you exposed where someone's going to have to, one-on-one, win a battle.
Yeah, I think being at Red Bull now, my transition from Vancouver to Red Bull, I think something that is a lot of fun being a center back in Red Bull's system is that you're put in those spotlights sometimes. And I mean, I'm not saying you're going to win your battle 100% of the time, but it's a lot of fun playing in that position when everyone relies on you, and like you're meant to be put on that spotlight to win those battles, put out those fires.
That's different, though. I don't know a lot of center backs that want to be put a spotlight on them. That's a very different mentality than you're used to. But
there's not too many. I'll tell you that right now.
No, I mean, it makes it fun, though. You know, I think if you're able to embrace those one-on-one opportunities, and like I said, you're not going to win them all, but if you can come out on top majority of the time, you're like, you know, you're feeling confident, and the way you attack the game might change a little bit.
Speaking of that, is there one player in this league, striker, that you don't want to get faced up 1v1? Is there one guy that you're like, I've tried to mark this guy, I've been left alone on an island. Do not, Aaron, do not, I repeat, do not leave me alone with this guy. No, I don't think I'm like, I don't think I'm ever hitting the help button, you know? Don't get me wrong, there are times where if I'm gassed or something like that, I'll slow it, like you can tell my approach will be different, I'll slow him down or something like that, but other than that, like I kind of embrace it, and like I said, like those one-on-one opportunities is something that we gotta kind of attack, so that's the kind of way I look at it, at least. I'm
Brennan, what about for you?
Looks at it the same way.
What about you? For you, Brennan, any any defensive midfielders, 6s, 8s that you've run into that you're just like, man, I can't get away from this guy, or gave you a tougher time than most?
Yeah, you were impressed. Who impressed you the most? If you're scared to say, like, there's one guy, because you don't want to let him know that that he's got the best of you yet. So.
Or you're on like the broadcast with him or something like that.
Yeah. No, I would probably.
Just saying.
Yeah. So, I mean, when we played Portland at home, I got a taste of Chara, and that was not fun for me because this guy was always around me, and I like trying to find space in the field. I could not find any space against him. And just another guy that, like, pressing wise, because we're a pressing team, is Jonathan Dos Santos. I mean, I could not get near this guy, and I feel like I can get near like a lot of some guys in the league, and I couldn't get near him. Just one touch, two touch, just pinging it. I lost him so many times on winning the press. Like, he just drop off me and then find gaps. Like, those guys that are constantly moving as 6s, it's so hard for a 10 to stay close, especially in our system.
So do you add that to your game now? Is that something that you played one full season now as a professional? You're sucking up everything you can playing against the league's best. Mm-hmm. You add it to your game. Where do you see that you really need to improve? What part of your game is like, man, if I can get this better, it's gonna take me to the next level?
Yeah, I would probably say my final third play. It's something that I've been working on relentlessly in training in the off season and whenever I have time to, really, like even during the quarantine. I have a go outside, so I'm really fortunate to go outside and do finishing almost every single day. It's something that I do with my dad and my brother, and I've been doing for like the past 2 years now. And just what I would do, I'll give you an example of it. Just, I get a lot of balls that are cut back to me, and in this game, I remember I watched it last night a little bit before we got it back on, but I took I think Ray cut it back to me, or Wooten did, and I took 2 touches instead of taking 1. That's something that I'm working on, and I'm not going to have that much time in the box. It's something, actually Tim blocked the shot, and it's something that, like, I should take that one time.
He sees it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm waiting for this now.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah,
You
it's
work
just
on your
something like-
celebrations too when you finish?
I have. I think my
Okay.
celebrations have been pretty good, and I don't think they're bad.
Okay.
The
I
one
like that.
recently I thought was pretty good,
What'd you do
but
recently?
I just slid on my back.
Okay,
Yeah,
excellent.
I shushed the crowd in Atlanta. I thought that was a pretty good
Hey,
one.
that's
I
good.
actually remember
That's a
that
pretty
one.
good.
That'll
Yeah.
do it.
I'm
Barlow
trying to
causing
think about
problems
it.
again.
Yeah.
Just a nuisance.
All right, so I think this leads to a set, like 3 set pieces in a row, which, no spoiler alert, but I think Tim,
No
this is
spoilers,
where you
no
we
spoilers.
get to judge your celebration coming up.
Oh man.
I mean,
Some high good ones.
I assume you're always a target on set pieces, but how did you change your run, or how did you figure this out?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have set plays and different signals that we like to use in different runs. We like to hit different zones, and like whenever it's in your zone, we expect you, like if you're making if the play isn't meant for the near post and you're going, like we expect that guy to win the ball. Whether that's Aaron, me, Danny likes to make that run, Barlow, whoever's going in that zone, we want to win that first ball, and then hopefully the quality's there from the service to give us a chance to get it on goal.
Were you impressed by the amount of fans that came from New York to support you guys? Or was that like
Yeah, it was,
kind of at
for
the
sure.
average?
I mean, I think it was surprising the fact that it was like I said, like a pretty crappy day. So to see everyone that came down from New York to make this trip, I mean, it's not that long of a trip to be fair, but it's still great to see all the fans come down there. It adds
especially
to
for
the
young
rivalry.
kids.
I think it adds to the rivalry of Red Bull sitting right next to the Philly supporters as well. They put them right
So
next
who's
to them.
louder at this point in the game? You're up 1-0, 23rd minute. Which fan base is louder? Are you hearing the New York supporters right now at this moment? Can you remember?
Yeah, I think we're feeling it a little bit. We're feeling. I mean, whenever you get back-to-back set pieces, it's you're waiting for the chance. There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Look at he's hitting it with the muscle. All the fist pump, and then the point. Who are you pointing at? Who was the
I'm
point
not-
to?
There is one fan in a Red Bull shirt that was sitting in
Okay.
a sea of Philly jerseys, and I see this kid when I run over there, and I'm just like, no, and I just see him.
Yeah.
Gave him some love.
Yeah, had
I
to.
love that.
That's awesome.
And
Hey,
okay,
took it well.
Great.
what's going through all you guys on the field, Brent Aronson, Andre
Yeah.
Blake? This is a former MLS goalkeeper of the year. He's making these uncharacteristic mistakes.
Yeah.
Are you guys like, oh man, we're done. It's 2-0. Dre's not on his A game. We haven't really, been playing that well. What are you guys saying?
Yeah, I think at the time everybody's really like it's down at this point, but I think as the game goes on and we have to come to our senses and we're like, oh God, we need to create something. We need something to start going. And I think that goalkeepers have off days, and it's something that you can't get mad at, and you just have to accept, and you just have to go with it. And I think the thing about it was at halftime, I think that was huge for us going into halftime and getting a team talk, was we came to our senses. We're like, we can still bring this game back. We're fine. See, everybody's kind of like giving away passes like this, but I think like as the game went on, we were like, we can do this. We can still do this. We're fine.
Is that a foul,
Oh boy. If
Charlie?
if
You
I'm
tell
the
me,
ref,
foul or no?
if I'm the ref, that's not a foul.
No,
But
I
he
don't
missed the
think so.
goal anyways. The ball never
Yeah.
lies. I always say the ball never lies.
Oh man,
He
yeah,
missed the goal regardless.
Cincy
So
gets crushed.
I saw his like he
Smash.
was out of it, huh? Was he out of it at this
Yeah.
point?
Nah, he was.
When he was
gone.
walking over the sideline, I saw that. Oof. That was his elbow
Catches
too.
it right on the elbow.
Right on the temple.
and as all goalies do, they cause the damage, they cause the pain, and they go down like they were shot. The hands go up. It's all they didn't do anything. It's always the attacking player. My man is knocked out, yet he caused the foul. Come on now.
Yeah, man.
It
It's a
could have
shame.
been
I mean,
worse, to
obviously-
be honest.
Yeah, and
He
we're
does,
feeling
if
for
you watch
Cincy at
Blake,
this
he doesn't
point.
go with his knee. He doesn't lead with his leg. But
Yeah.
He kind of
His
goes
arms, yeah.
honest about it with his arms, which at some point I felt like in the match, the Red Bulls, you guys were just kind of
Hey, there's
playing
Dan
balls in
Nolan.
to test him.
Brennan, there's Dan Nolan.
Dan's the best. Dan and Brandon.
He is.
Or everybody calls him B.
Class. It doesn't get better when you talk about equipment managers. I've been very fortunate.
It doesn't.
Played
It
for 3
literally
MLS
doesn't.
clubs. All great
Best
guys.
equipment,
They know your tendencies. They know what you're going to ask before
Yeah.
you ask it. They have everything ready. They make a big difference. What about you, Tim? You've had,
hilarious.
Vancouver, New York,
Yeah, I mean,
equipment guy.
Fernando has obviously been at the club with New York's. I think this is his 25th year. He's literally been with the team since they were in MLS. So I mean, he's just like such a pleasure to work with. I think he brings such a good energy. He really does like value Red Bull as like a family, and he's been obviously so thankful to work for them for so long. But we're so thankful to have him around. I mean, he's such a good guy to have in the locker room and to have to joke around with.
Makes a big difference. Those are guys that don't get enough credit. I mean, Kalen, I'm sure you've had some fantastic equipment managers, but I've had Browser at DC United, who I think's at Columbus Crew. Scott with New England Revolution, and now B and Dan with the Philly. Just great guys. They can lighten up a mood as well. It's almost like they're part of the team. Coming in
Chuck.
the locker room.
For sure.
Chuck, they would have to clean my helmet, bro. I mean, I gotta show love.
There you go.
And
There you
in
go.
Houston heat, 95 degrees plus, like humidity. That's really. I still owe them. It was bad.
Right.
Yeah, no, those guys are the best.
You're down.
But you're
right?
right. They're more a part of the team than the players than even the staff. Like they're I know they get along with both sides. They're an important part of the whole group, but they spend more time actually in the.
They're in all the dirty secrets too.
Oh, yeah.
They're in on
they're
the locker room talk. Like the coaches don't come in the locker room like the equipment guys do. So they get like the good stuff as well.
Yeah.
Secrets to share for sure for those guys.
So we've got a question coming in from YouTube. This one's for you, Brendan. This is from John Lukix. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. As a fan, I was nervous watching about where the goals were going to come from with Casper out and Fafa and Elsinho on the bench. Was there more pressure for you to score?
Yes and no, I would say, because you're the 10. You're expected to do something at this point. I mean, I think all 10s should be scoring goals and assists. I think there was a little pressure on me at this point, but like I said, I don't try to think about that stuff. I think whoever's going to come in is just going to do a better job as Casper did. And I think throughout the year, we had guys come in and do just as good as the guys that were starting. And I think that's what helped us and gave us that depth throughout the year.
I know you mentioned at halftime getting a chance to regroup, but during this long injury break, did you get a chance to have a conversation with anybody, or do you think this gave you a chance to maybe settle into the match?
Yeah, I think this also helped too. I kind of forgot about this, but I think it just settled everybody down. I think the emotions were high at the time. We got 2 goals scored on us. And yeah, the emotions were high, and I think it just gave us time to calm down and just try to play.
When you lose a guy like Josh Sims with an injury like this, is this like, oh, we got a new player coming in, he's got to take time to catch up, or are you guys like, no, he's been with us for a while, Alex Muil, he'll fit right in and help us win this game?
Yeah, I think with a guy like Alex, we expect a lot out of Alex just because he's been with Red Bull for so long. He understands the system. He knows what we expect out of him. He knows what to do. So when Simsy goes down, obviously it hurts because he was doing pretty well this game. A goal early on, and then to lose him only 20 minutes later, it's not easy to do. But we expected a lot out of Alex. And
there's my boy.
There it is.
Tim, I don't know if that was a foul either, to be honest.
Dude, I was actually killing the ref for that because it wasn't
watching
a foul.
that one back.
It's not a foul.
Yeah.
I didn't see
know
much there, and then
Bedoya
all of
had
a sudden,
technique either. That was I don't know where he got that technique. How he was able to kind of swivel the hips to get that down.
He hits some bombs in training sometimes, like half volleys like this. He'll just like
stop it
for
Aaron,
no reason.
Stop trying to pump him up right now.
No, listen. I swear, this guy after training, he'll just last year with Marco, him and Marco just used, and Fontana did it a lot too. They used to just stand like 30 or 40 yards from each other and just hit one hops, like just to each other, just one hops, volleys, anything, just like crosses from like 30 yards, volleys. Like he just did it for fun, like just messing around. But he's actually really good at hitting volleys and stuff like that. from doing that
That
kind of
must
stuff.
be a newly developed talent.
I think it is.
Chuck.
I
Chuck,
think
he's not even
Marco
here to
honestly
defend
got
himself.
more.
Come on, man.
Because I know he's gonna hear. He's either gonna hear it from you, Brennan. He's gonna hear it from Dan Nolan or Jim Curtin. He's gonna hear it from
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
By the way, he's already limping after the goal. You just
Yeah,
saw
I
him
was gonna
just
say.
This
give
guy
a
is
little
like-
limp.
Yeah, this guy fights through everything, man. He's the one guy where I look at and I never see him in the trainer's room, like in the training room ever. Getting muscle stuff, anything. He's just a warrior. He fights through anything. And I really like that about
He is
him.
a winner.
Man, I lived in the training room.
Hey,
But
I
he's
had a
also,
bed
he's
in the
also like,
training
I'm
room.
not saying like he also has like he also has
Chuck
gotten
hired his
lucky
own
with his
massage
injuries.
therapist. He had the whole
Yeah.
thing.
I had the whole shebang.
Yeah, man. Those are the
They
good
had
old
two
days.
training rooms. I had my own personal training room.
Yeah, you
At
probably had
home?
a reserved spot, sign above the
Yeah.
door.
You guys could, I always had to have my massage too, pre-training, after training. It's mandatory. Don't even
Dude, sounds
think
like-
about hopping on the table, Aronson.
It sounds like working with you in the studio.
I didn't. Harris would yell at me whenever I got on the. Harris and everybody would get. If I showed my face in the training room, I get bashed by
Tim,
someone.
tell him.
I wouldn't. I
The
was
youth-
never in there. I would
The
never
youth
go in there.
have no chance, no shot at
Dude,
getting
it
on
was
the
the
table.
same. It was the same way when
No
I was
chance.
a rookie. If I ever even thought about it, I was getting
Yeah,
destroyed.
you get back.
Now,
I think
this preseason, I destroyed our rookies when they were getting massages. So I enjoy it now. Now that I'm a couple years in, I get to enjoy it.
There you go.
Of course you do. There's
Yeah.
We asked-
no reason an 18, 19, 20-year-old should be taking table time away from
Save Lou. What a
these
save.
vets.
dude, he had a great game.
Yeah.
He had a great
Yeah.
game.
Some big saves, big saves. But
Big
that's a
saves.
wet pitch, so getting down and it bounces right before.
Yeah.
How often is Robles talking to you guys? I know you and Aaron are
Oh.
vets, but Robles has been in the game forever. What
Yeah.
what
I
does
mean,
he-
Lou doesn't shut
What
up.
does he say to you guys?
The guy doesn't shut up. But no, I mean, Lou is. It's all useful. It's all useful info. It's all stuff that we need to hear, and it all obviously helps us going forward. His mustache was a little weak for the game, but
What was
What
the deal with the
mustaches?
and
I
our,
see
and
you
our
still
assistant
got it
coach,
going.
Headphones died.
No, headphones didn't die. I think
No?
Siri met.
Are we good
Are
now?
you good now?
Right here.
Yeah, there we go.
I got another pair right here.
He tried to be sly too. He tried to play it off. Yeah, wasn't me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool.
All right,
Yeah,
back
but I
in.
guess
I'm back. I'm
our
back. I'm
assistant,
back.
our assistant coach came up with the idea of he's just like, hey guys, what about playoff mustaches? And
Who's this?
Preston Burpo,
Ah,
our
nice.
goalie coach. And for
know
me, I
Preston.
mean, I'd run with that in a second. So I was all about it. It was more along getting the guys that like grow out like real beards to shave the rest of their beards, and like the guys that can't really grow facial hair to try to grow a mustache.
Yeah, I'm
So,
not one of those guys.
Yeah, I was there. 2014. It was ugly. It was
Dude.
ugly.
It was. I mean, this was fun though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I can't grow facial hair, so I would never be able to do that.
So now, it didn't go over that well because you guys didn't get the result. So that is done, right? So if you guys make the playoffs again, there's no chance of growing it out, huh?
Yeah, no, it's not going to come back. It's not going to come back. But I think we enjoyed it. I think it was fun. Unfortunately, we didn't get the result, but to have the whole team kind of buy into it was really cool.
We did those in Houston, but it was beards, and I tried to get a mustache exemption because I couldn't do a whole beard. So I was like, I get like an awkward goatee, and I was like, let's just go with the stash. And then I threw out like maybe we go old school and do like short shorts because we had those like orange kits, and we went like short shorts, and like that would have looked like an old Dutch team, and nobody went for it. So
Dude, that's a good. That would have been a fun look though, for sure.
That is a
Yeah.
fool.
Chris Penn, so he's.
How long is injury time going to be on in this first half, by the way?
I don't remember how long it
collision?
was.
It's got to be 5.
I'm trying to think of
5
when
or
our third
6.
goal comes. Our third goal comes kind of late, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's right before halftime. Actually, right when the whistle, like in stoppage time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Around the 49th minute.
49th. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got it. Yeah, I was going to say probably 5 minutes of extra time. Or stoppage time.
So, you're up 2-1. They've come back before going up 2. What are you telling guys so that doesn't happen again? What was the reason for your decline last time?
I think we're just trying to like manage the game at this point. You know, like not everything has to be full speed, especially now we're like late in the half. So we're trying to just get to halftime. Obviously, if we can get another goal, great. But like, let's get into halftime as we are, and then we'll regroup and move forward. So I think that was the kind of the message here was to kind of just do everything all together.
Are you a little worried though, because you know the kryptonite's coming in at halftime? Ilsinho, you know when he gets on the field, what this man is capable of.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that came into conversation when we went in at halftime. We knew he was going to come in. We knew, I think we knew Fafa was going to come in as well, and we just had to be ready for the energy that those two guys were going to bring when that second half either started or whenever they came in.
It's one of those though. How do you game plan for a guy like Ilsinho? Like you know what he's gonna do, right? But there's not really any way to stop it. It's just he's like one-on-one.
In a nice way. I mean, if it was my game plan, I would say kick him right away. But
Yeah.
you know,
But
I think
that doesn't do anything.
it doesn't.
Brennan,
It
tell
doesn't
him.
work.
That doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
People
Honestly,
people try
he
it in
hits you
training.
like, yeah, no. If you hit him, he'll kill you. I'm not joking. Like he will hit you really hard in training. Like I've clipped him a few times in training. Like when he tries to go by me, and he will hit you so hard. He's clapped me a few times in training.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what
He's
we
not
say.
like some
we
soft.
say
Yeah, he's not like soft.
his ability to kind of get in and out and use his body. He uses his body so well. Like it's kind of a slowdown tactic, but at the end of the day, you kind of just have to be prepared to move your feet and just try to keep him in front of you because he's so crafty.
Barlow hits the crossbar again. This guy's effective. We're talking 40 minutes in. He's busy. He's causing problems.
Yeah.
How close is he to being the starting striker? I mean, when him and Brian White are both at full health, how close is it? Is it a matter of a training? Is it a matter of just like if you don't perform in a couple of games, the other guy's ready to take his chance?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think it's really close. I think both of them. Brian has a little bit different tendencies than Barlow does, but man, if one of them is heating up and is feeling the rhythm of it, I think we got to go with the hot hand. You know, it's kind of one of those things. And Barlow here is obviously showing that he's got the quality and the ability to be dangerous, and it's great to watch him obviously take advantage of that.
Yeah, he was so good in the USL, man. I remember playing against him and how big and effective he was in that league, and he was tough to handle in the USL.
Yeah, and he's honest, which is really good. I think that's that's one of the best qualities that he has is he's honest about everything that he does.
So no ego, hard-working guy.
Yeah, I mean his work ethic is good. Like he knows when he can do something better. Just those little things. For me, obviously, I respect that a lot when forwards are honest like that. But you know, it's hard. It's hard to it's hard for him to not be honest when he's learning from a guy like Bradley. You know.
Yep.
You know, Bradley's one of the most honest forwards that I've ever played with. So for Bradley to do what he did at Red Bull, and then for Barlow and Whitey to come up and see what Bradley did, I think those guys have got to continue that kind of personality trait and player trait.
You mentioned playing in the USL. Brennan, I know you went with Bethlehem Steel. What were those experiences like for you, and do you think it helped to, and I even played in a couple playoff matches as well. Did that help your transition as you moved into the first team?
Yeah, it helped it a ton. I mean, just being around professional other soccer players, and just being in a professional league, I think that's a huge stepping stone for kids that are coming up. And just being a part to go into training every single day and knowing that you have to work your ass off every single training, I think that was a huge thing for me. And yeah, I just think that the coaches that I had, Brendan Burke and Steve Hogan, I think those guys were great for me. And just the guys, the group that I had, we were just a good group of guys, and everybody got along. So I think, yeah, having those experiences and getting the other playoff matches I did, it was huge for my development.
Yeah, both clubs using it. I know even like Tyler Adams, Aaron Long, a lot of guys that had kind of worked their way up. You mentioned the other guys as well. I mean, how does that process go between the two clubs? Because to be honest, Tim, when I played, we really didn't have USL clubs or this kind of back and forth between them, where you saw not just like good players but stars coming through.
It's a dive right there.
Yeah, you know, I think it's cool for us because they train right after us on the same field, so we get to see these guys all the time. And when they finally decide to like sign them to the first team, or they're getting that transition of like training with us and then finally playing with us a little bit, it's cool to see these guys. You know, I think they bring a lot of energy. The young guys obviously always bring a lot of energy, and it's just getting them on the same page. But I think it's great. You know, I think the ability for some of these young guys, especially coming through the academy at young ages, to train with full pro teams. There's not many opportunities like that that happened in the past. So I mean, it's a great opportunity for these academy kids.
Any guys that stand out to you as that could be next to kind of come up and really make a big impact on the first team?
Yeah, I mean, we have John Tolkien now, who's obviously we signed him prior to this season. He's a young left back, but I mean, he's got bite to him, which I love. And I'm sure there's going to be more guys that show through the USL season this year that they're going to give more chances to.
Does he have pace?
What's that?
Does he have pace like Kamar Lawrence? Is he like a pacey guy as well?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, Tolkien's got pace,
to that extent.
not Kamar Lawrence pace, yeah, but yeah, he's got, and he's good on the ball. He's really good on the ball. He's comfortable. He can play out of situations really well. So he needs to bulk up a little bit, but it'll be fun to watch him kind of grow.
Is there a
Brendan,
guy like
Mark?
that for the Steel, Brennan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Steel team is a bunch of young guys now. It's good seeing. I think kids deserve more chances with the first team and getting good looks like I did at the time, like you said. So I think there's, like we just signed this year, Jack DeVries and Cole Turner. They bunch have a lot of talent, and I'm excited to see what they can do this year. But I think that it's just coming into training and showing what they can do every single day. I think they both had good preseasons, so I think now it's just coming to training and showing what you can do.
You see Mark Mackenzie there too. He came in, especially on late in the year, and did really well. What's it been like having him as well? I know you guys are Olympic teammates with the youth setup. How he really seemed to come on and play great in the playoffs. I mean, especially this one.
Yeah, Mark had a tough year last year, and with injuries and everything like that, it was tough for him. Even the U20 World Cup, when he went away for that, like, you have to come back and you have to get your spot back. And I think he stayed positive all year. He was never negative. He was never,
I think this is the
I'm not
cutback.
playing. Yeah, it is.
Oh, yep, there it is. And the block.
No handball.
Yeah, 3 blocks.
No
handball.
There's
handball.
a block
He
party.
said no
There's a
handball.
block party in there.
Oh, my word. Aronson, are you going to let him talk like that? He said block party.
Block party. No, I mean, that's the one that I said I should hit first time with my right. But,
So
yeah,
so
but
you
going
said,
back.
I'll see you in 2020.
Yeah, I'll see him in 2020.
It comes
But,
at you
yeah.
a bit square, though. Could you have maybe shaped your run?
I could have. Maybe I could have held it a little bit more so I had more time coming up to the ball. But, yeah, like, he closed it well. Like, I can't do anything about that.
Or
so.
open your hips up so you
I
take
was
a
gonna say,
slight touch
if
with
you just
Yeah,
take that with your
yeah,
left
yeah.
foot.
then bop.
That's true.
Tim, no handball there? No shot for a handball?
Nah, if it did, it was pretty tight. So I don't
We were
think
going
so.
at the ref at this
Oh,
point.
you know if it hit your hands. You know if
I
it
mean,
hit your hands.
If
Did
it
hit your
if it
arm?
did,
If
if
it
it did, it's like the inside, you know, because I'm sliding like
Okay.
this. Because if I slide
Yeah.
like this, I know they're calling that.
Right.
Looks
Giving
like
them
we're getting
no
a check.
chance.
Let's
Let's
see
get a good
here.
look at this.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brendan, what do you think?
If it hits your left
I
arm,
said,
I'm calling a PK. But it hits your
I mean,
right.
of-
It hits your right arm, which is
Yeah.
tight to your body.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
true.
No call.
I would
No
say,
PK.
yeah, no call right there. I would say that
Yeah.
too.
No PK.
That's
Wow.
friendly. That's
He's
friendly.
honest.
I would say great defending.
I'm being
Great
honest.
defending.
Yeah. The distance, I think the distance plays a factor too. It's just you really don't have much time to react, and you're not trying to make yourself bigger. I think you're actually trying to make yourself small. Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That left hand came out, but
With all the rules of handballs now, you can't be like sure about what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like if you hit your hand at any point, you're not sure if it's gonna be a handball or not. Even in that situation.
Yeah, and now the rules just get get more difficult now. Like if you hit the ball into your hand, it's not a handball.
It's all subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they called it,
crazy,
I wouldn't be completely shocked.
Neither would
I
I.
think they got
Just
the right call there.
I mean, you can never be too sure, but
I mean, who's gonna call a PK when you got those handlebar mustache going?
man, it was a funny time. Obviously, just like having that mustache, because I remember like people are looking at us like on the streets and stuff, and like staring at us so strange.
Oh yeah.
You know, we're getting weird looks from a lot of different people.
Who had the worst mustache of the bunch?
Ooh, worst as in like best, or worst as in like
however you want to take it.
Give me the most obnoxious. Like if I'm looking at you, I'm saying, "Where's the Harley? Where's your Harley? Where's your leather jacket?"
Mine was obnoxious, but so was Preston's. Preston had like a full beard and just like shaved off his mustache and just kept his mustache. His was pretty evident. But I think Danny Royers had a good mustache. I like Danny's a lot.
Gaddis is one of those guys, Brennan, who just the guy has a motor, just an engine, always running.
Dude.
Always. Up
Gaddis
and down
Island,
that sideline. Yeah.
How many years has he been at Philly now? He's got to be pushing 10 years, right?
I think he's at 7 or 8 now, right? Am I wrong, Charlie?
I think 2011 was his first year.
Yeah.
Maybe 9. Maybe 9.
Yeah, because
I know he's over 200
so
appearances.
This could be his 9th. This could be his 9th year coming right now.
Man, they won't let this go, will they?
No, they're not going to let it go.
They're trying to set you up, Tim. It's too late.
Yeah.
But the rebound, I mean, Wooten's got to put that on frame.
Yeah. Even Santos got another one too. There's 3 rebounds right in front of the goal. Yeah.
So.
Every time I see Jamiro Montero, I think it's Fafa.
Yeah.
He
are
is a
legit twins. They are twins.
He is unbelievable though, man. He's a really, really good player. I like him a lot. He's got the quickest little feet. Like there's this little skill show challenge that he had on TikTok. I think they posted it. And when I tell you this guy's got unbelievable feet, he's got unbelievable. Like he does some stuff in training that you're like, wow, oh my god.
There it is.
Another one.
Barlow, man.
Yeah, look at that big hug. What are you saying to him right there? You say, "You're the truth. You're the truth." Were you like, "It's game over"?
I didn't bring this up before, but when he missed that one when Simsy got hurt, I told him, like, dude, you'll get another chance. Like, there's chances to have in this game, and of course, this one's like the gift, you know. He's just right place. I mean, he couldn't be in a better place.
Right place, right time.
Yeah, he couldn't be in a better place, you know. So,
but at this point, were you targeting Blake at this point, or are you just trying to drop it in and put in a dangerous ball?
Yeah, I think Mark's just trying to put in a dangerous ball, and we've obviously noticed that with the conditions and everything, Blake's had a little bit of trouble, so we're just kind of putting a ball in there to compete for it. And I think Aaron might be the one competing with Blake, and there's a couple Philly guys in there that it's all bumping around, and then Barlow drifts away and just gets the knockdown.
Good little finish though. It's not an easy finish.
No, it happens quick.
It's a freebie though.
It is. You have to score. You have to score. I'm not saying, but it's still tough in the moment.
Huge just before halftime. I mean, and devastating the other way. You fight your way back in, and then suddenly you find yourself down. Tim, you guys are going in with a ton of momentum now on the road, up 3-1 at the half. What were you guys saying in the locker room? And then we'll go to you, Brendan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think for us it was we were so happy, you know, to be up 3-1 at the half, to get that goal right before halftime gave us a little bit of a cushion. But we knew we couldn't let our foot off the pedal because earlier in the year, like you guys have mentioned before, they were able to claw back before. So we really wanted to come out early and give away nothing. And obviously it didn't really go that way.
What does Jim say to you guys, Brendan? You give up a late goal, but just 2 goals, dangerous lead. What happens?
Yeah. Like I said, Dre's always been there to help our back at always. So we were there for him at halftime. We came in, comforted him. I think that it's something that like you just need to keep him confident. You can't let all these mistakes get to him. So that will happen again. But it's just more about comforting him, make him feel like it's okay. We'll be back in the game. And I think Jim just had a really small, like he's the kind of coach that gives small, great speeches that pumps us up and gets us ready to go. And I think he's one of those coaches that put us out for the half and we were confident. We were ready to bring whatever we had. Like you said, we had El Sino and Fafa coming off the bench, so we were confident in that sense.
Love it. All right, well, we've got a promo coming up next week, Wednesday. We will have another MLS Classics remix. This is also from last year, an opening round match, 4-3 Sounders, FC Dallas. This one was a really excellent match. FC Dallas gave Sounders, who went on to win it all, everything they could handle, and then some. So make sure to tune in for that. I believe we have Christian Roldan, who's going to be joining us, so that's definitely going to be a fun one. The other thing to remind you, actually, is that Mls Idol happened last night. It promoted Chuck D. Take me through this, man. How was this one?
It was unbelievable. These guys are so talented. Make sure you check out the video, one, and then vote, because this week's winner will get money to give back to his community, to charity. So that's the big deal here is, one, these guys are putting themselves out there, but two, they're giving back to the community. So make sure you watch it and then vote. And then you players, Tim, go back to your team. Brennan, tell the union guys, start submitting some videos. I know you guys have some guys who are on that squad who have some talent. I don't know. Maybe you can share with who you think could possibly make a video and send it in.
Yeah.
Tim, what's your hidden
Anybody
talent,
come to
man?
mind?
Come on.
I'm trying to think.
Dude, man, I don't have any. I don't really. I mean, Keegan Rosenberry's gonna. I mean, he set the bar way too high for any golf.
That video's gone now. So now you gotta come in with 3 other contestants. So it's not, you don't have to compete against that video.
That bar is way too high on that. I don't know. I'd have to really think it through. For me,
singers,
there's definitely
dancers?
some guys. There's definitely some guys on our team. But you want to say like guys can dance, and then you want to like when the camera's on them, they get all shy and they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not the guy. I'm not saying that I can dance, but there's guys in my locker room that can for sure dance.
I would
Chuck, you thinking about? You're a judge, but
Dude,
Chucky, you're a judge, but are you thinking about entering the contest yourself or what, man? I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, possibly. I think it might go maybe week 10. It's just anybody can submit videos, fans, media. I'll throw in something.
I like it. Tim, looks like you're in a good mood coming out of half, dude. Messing around with somebody there.
Yeah, messing around with Caceres. No, I think he's a good guy to be around. He's funny as hell. So I enjoy
How old is
playing
he?
with him.
He's pretty young too, huh?
Yeah, he's young. He's 19 or 20 now. I want to say.
Yeah, he's a really good player too. I like him.
Yeah,
Has
he's
anyone
got
talked
fight to him. Here you go.
trash to you, Aronson? In this
Like,
game?
yeah, in this game?
Or just in this rivalry? Or just in general? Has anybody let me talk trash to this kid?
I've gotten a few just kind of cheap shots. I think last year I got a lot of cheap shots in games sometimes. But I would say talking trash, I'm not someone that talks trash during games. I'm kind of the quiet guy. But I would say cheap shots, like I remember we were playing RSL and it was against Beckerman. And we kind of went down, and then when I'm getting up, I get a little elbow to the head real quick, and I'm like, where did that come from? And then I got up and I saw it was him, and I was like, But I got a few of those.
Surprise me? Why
Just
doesn't
a little
that
fat
surprise
bump,
me,
you know.
Yeah, a little fat bump in my head.
Just saying hello.
Tim, are you a talker, or
No.
will you
no,
engage? Someone's talking to you.
I'll engage a little bit, but I think I just get annoyed. I mean, granted, I think everyone does. Like, if someone dives, I'll tell them to get up. But apart from that, not too much.
Has there ever been a
Do you have
player
forwards talking to you?
chatter?
I mean, Quincy's the worst, and I know he knows it.
I got some
Dom
from
Dwyer,
him too.
Dom Dwyer likes to talk too, but that's a little different. Me and Dom Dwyer go back to like college days, so we've known each other a long time. But yeah, Quincy's the worst, and he knows it. That's even worse that he knows it. You know.
Oh man, him versus Zlatan last year was pure gold.
Dude, I saw so many tweets about that, just all over social media.
Zlatan and who?
Wasn't it Quincy and Zlatan? Can't remember. Quincy was getting in it with somebody. I've lost track at this point.
Man, you guys came out of the second half though. You guys came out flying.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to feel some pressure.
No, we
right
wanted
away,
it.
for sure.
It's like, all right, let's brace ourselves for the Union coming at us. Was there like a clear instruction? First 10 minutes, just be defensively sound and have the structure right, because it's always that 2-goal lead. It's the most dangerous lead. You feel like that one goal and it's done. The momentum swings. You've already been through the game. What was like kind of like the message to the group so far?
Yeah, I think we wanted to make sure that we were able to weather this storm of like 10 minutes of energy. You know, obviously the home crowd's gonna be cheering them on. We want to make sure we don't give up a goal, give up too many chances, because then they're gonna like be able to walk a little bit taller, and we want to make sure we were able to handle that. So, I mean, my message to the attackers was, can we slow the game down? Like, can we earn fouls to slow it down? Can we put the ball in their end, throw-ins, whatever it is, to slow this game down? And we weren't able to do it early on, which obviously led to them gaining that momentum.
You got a touch there, Brendan. You're getting into the game a little bit. So far, I'd say it's a different start to the second half than the first half for you personally. Were you targeting a certain player in the Red Bull to like start going after as a team? Was it like, okay, Buckmaster, young guy getting a start, let's go down the left flank, like let's attack him, let's see what he can bring to the game? Or was it, let's just get possession and trying to find an opening?
Yeah, I think at this point it was just finding an opening, and we know Fafa and Elsinho are coming off the bench, and you know Elsinho can make something out of nothing. So I think just knowing those guys are on and see if we can chip away and get a goal in during this time. I think that we had a good enough team on the field that we've gotten so many results this year with that we were confident going into the half.
I saw you make that run to the flag there. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Oh,
those are the moments where, like, when Kaku's running like that, like he gives Mark Mackenzie like the little like trick that like he stops and then he goes again. Like if those are the kind of things that we love, because it almost puts him in like an area of comfort that he's just gonna let the ball go out, and then Kaku all of a sudden just turns that repress back on.
Yeah.
You guys should have capitalized on that one. That was a good turnover for you guys. What's Kaku
for me?
Like? I don't know much about him. Like, what's he like as a player?
Caceres?
Kaku.
Yeah, I mean, Kaku, crafty. He's very, very technical. You know, I think he sees the game really well. He enjoys. I think biggest credit to him is he enjoys like being the playmaker and the assist maker. You know, we want him to be a little bit more selfish and like scoring goals and taking opportunities for himself.
He's a young guy too still, right?
What's that?
Say that again, Charlie.
I was going to say, what were you going to say before?
Oh, about, I forget what I was about to say. What was I going to say? Oh, for me in this half, I felt like I could have stretched the back line a little bit more when, say, Sergio came down or Wooten came down at the time. Maybe I can stretch a little bit, given that different kind of outlook, because I wasn't making very many runs behind because they were kind of playing a deep line at one point. So I think trying to stretch and just give a little bit something different, because I'm not going to get the ball as much as I would in a regular game. So I think just trying to find other ways to get the ball.
Right.
Keep an eye on Elliott here, back post.
Yeah. That was a great first header.
Oh, there it is. It gets everybody going. Let's go. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Get back. We're in it. Why is Royer marking a giant? Can somebody tell me that? Why is Royer marking a giant in this?
Well, that's
they got
the
the
thing.
zone.
Yeah, we're in a zone, and our biggest,
I
our
can't agree with
biggest
the zone.
ask here is that first ball. You know, the first ball that I don't know who it is gets the first header, but that's the
I
ball
think
that
it's Sergio.
Yeah, I mean, it goes right over someone else. I don't know who's on that first post there, but it goes right over his head, and we give up. I mean, if they score that first header, we're just as mad as if they score in general. So.
If you watch Royer there, though, he does take when it goes off the post, he takes one step forward, thinking that, like, the ball, he's being optimistic the ball's going to go out.
Pass.
And
Yeah.
it's one step a little bit the wrong way as opposed to just kind of thinking what's the worst thing that can happen. It's natural, but that's why I put, I would want a center back on one of those guys. Because, center backs always going to be thinking the worst.
In hindsight
feel
now,
the
looking
game
at my
change?
goal and looking at Elliott's goal, it's like two same, like just
Similar,
right place,
yeah.
right time.
Yeah.
You know?
Can you feel the energy, the crowd getting into it? Can you feel the game change at this moment?
For us, I'd say we were able to feel the crowd, obviously, and like I said, like Philly's been having this momentum now for 5, 6, 7 minutes, and we're able to feel that, and then them getting a goal, it's just like, we can't let them. That goal really hurts.
That has to find the back of the net.
Look at this ball
You
here.
gotta score that. This is a great little ball.
Crazy ball.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
that
just
back
for the
in the
Philly fans, I think to even come here during the conditions that we played in. I mean, I remember on the field, I think my head was soaked in about 10 seconds into warm-ups, and the field was absolutely like flooding at one point. I know Tim remembers that too. Like it was really bad scenes. But
Here we go, Tim.
the
Here we
fans
go.
stayed-
All right, you got up.
Here we
hard
go.
A
there,
little bit,
Tim.
a little
Here
bit.
we go.
See, I hate that. Forwards, you guys always taking cheap shots at us. Like,
We do it when we can. Whenever there's
I
an
know.
opportunity,
I know you guys
it's
do.
coming.
Why not? What's the worst that happens? You
Right
give him
here?
a foul
Oh,
there?
yeah. Oh, I was trying to get by. My bad. Oh, let me help you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
but like I haven't kicked you yet all game. Now you're just forcing my hand, and then I'm gonna get the yellow for it. It's natural.
That is the whole plan. That is the plan.
Oh, man.
I
I'm
remember
going to watch
saying
that
it to him.
now.
I
Do
remember
you get a
saying it to him,
yellow
I was
for
like,
it?
I don't think I get a yellow, but I remember saying it to him. I was like, dude, you didn't have to do that. Like, so useless. And I think he actually said he was sorry, but I was just like, man, like, I just slid on the ground now. Like, I'm annoyed with you.
Like, I'm trying to be peaceful here, but you're making me go to the dark side.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a striker though, you're like, I'm not gonna get this one, and we're losing possession. What's the worst? I give them a little something.
Yeah.
It's all
Oh,
those
no,
those little chippy things they can add up, and even just on a mental edge of just frustrating a guy or letting him know that
Absolutely.
like let him just know your presence, that you're making that run. You're gonna keep making
Absolutely.
that run.
I tell my forwards to do that all the time. Like, if you're not going to win a header one time, just undercut the center back, or like let him flip over you or something. Like, it pisses them off. Like, yeah, we might get mad that you didn't go up for the header, but like in the long run, it's like it's just a game. Like, it's that mental warfare.
Yeah.
The thing you got to be a little careful about is you don't want to put a target on your back.
Yeah.
Against the wrong guy. You don't want to put a target.
Yes.
Some you just want to
Sure,
stay
yeah.
invisible. Some maybe you want to poke a little bit, annoy, pretend like you
Who's the
didn't even
wrong guy?
realize it.
Who's
Yeah.
the wrong guy?
I'm not sure I would mess with a guy your size,
Joseph
Tim,
Martinez?
with a mustache like that.
This game
Yeah,
is
like
crazy
these are the
at this
these are the
point.
moments in the game where we just need to like calm down and keep the ball. I think when we felt the momentum switch, like this is what we're yelling at the guys. We're clearly getting like the Philly's clearly getting the better of us right now.
This game is mayhem right now.
Good tackle.
That would have been a
You know,
good
we
spot
just-
for him.
Yeah, we just wanted to find a little bit of a rhythm, and we weren't able to find that early on.
How do you have that balance? Because the way you guys play, it's so hectic, and you get a lot from that. But then, how do you also find those times to like, hey, we gotta step on this?
There it is. There it is. That's the battle I wanted to see right
There
there.
you go. Let's rewind that. I wish we could rewind. I wish we could do our.
I was trying to get out of the way of that shoulder to shoulder, man.
Dude, I thought you were gonna stop. You could have just let me let the ball go out of bounds. But
That's fly-by defending.
It's a good chase.
It's fly-by, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Kalen, I think one of those things is like, for us, there's such a difference between obviously like the chaotic high press and go go go, but there has to be a moment where someone can like have the courage to kind of slow things down, and Kaku does that a lot for us. So that's obviously good when he's on the field, and he's looking to do that for us.
Yeah, especially important with the lead on the road. You
Yeah.
just need someone to just step on it sometimes. Just take a breath, even just so you can press more effectively and take a breath.
But you got to have those guys who can.
This
read
is
the
where I'm like,
situation.
Ale's, he's gonna go. Yeah,
Yeah, right there.
I don't know how that's not a.
You're
I think
sitting there
that
watching like, oh, it's done.
I remember that. You start chasing Kamar down. I was like, if you have any hamstring issues at that point, you're in big trouble.
Well, I think
And look
my
at him.
issue.
Now he's back
He's
up,
still
still
going.
trying to make a run.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
done
he's
at this
hurt.
point,
Right.
man.
Remember, we were like,
yeah,
oh,
see,
he's
this
done.
is
Take him
this
out.
is it. We're like, he's sub. Where's Jim? Ilsinho. He checks on him right there. He takes that yellow, which I think he was just trying to catch a breath, stop the play.
Kamar's catching a breath here too. Don't let him fool you. He's tired right now.
With
But
the
Jim
game
checks with him.
management-
That's the relationship they have, where Jim trusted him at this point to stay in the match.
And then the casual, like, you're okay? But you know,
Yeah.
he's doing it. You're like, yeah, look, you down. I'm up.
This guy is a warrior, I'm telling you.
So what's
This
Kamar
really was
saying
one of
right
those
here?
games.
Is he like, I need a breather?
Well, you know, I think Kamar had obviously a knee injury at the end of 2018, and he was battling a little bit in 2019, and he missed a couple games obviously throughout the year because of like little injuries here and there. And here, I think he's a little bit worried about that knee acting up, but you know, we need him to keep going, and we need him to carry on. And I think he gets that message.
Tim, we got a question here from Facebook. This is from Seth Hewling. It says, Tim, what's it going to be like not having Kamar out there on the left side, where he's been a rock for years now?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's one of those things where Kamar was such a big piece of this Red Bull team and the way we play. But it's kind of the nature of the game. Got players come and go. There's guys ready to fill those shoes that guys have left, and we're looking forward to watching those guys fill those shoes.
Yeah, but you know the difference with that pace. When you talk about the recovery speed, if you guys, Tim and Aaron, you could take a gamble. You could take that risk, knowing that, you know what, if we get beat over the top, we got that speedster who's going to catch them. Now you don't have that comfort anymore. How does that, change the way you guys play?
Yeah, I think
Spotlight
like you're
gets
saying,
bigger.
like, I mean, Kamar was so fast, and he was able to cover so much ground. He played with so much passion that obviously fueled him. So I think just a little bit more cautious, especially with the first two games this year. We started with Patrick Segrist, the rookie, and like I said earlier, we have John Tolkien in the ranks, and both of them are young, unexperienced guys at the moment. So I think just being a little bit cautious with those two guys and letting them find their way before we put them in hot seats.
There's Barlow again, causing problems.
Barlow again, man.
Once he gets clean in the box, he's gonna put up numbers.
Yeah, I mean he's a hungry player,
Nice ball.
I think he does well here. If he just a little bit more savvy to pop it
The
over
first
Blake or
touch,
something
right.
like that. But yeah, I thought he did. I mean, he did really well this game.
What was your high of 2019? What was the best moment of your career thus far?
Ooh.
That's like last year, or can we including this year
It
too?
could be of your professional career. What is
Okay.
your moment? If you retired today,
Yeah.
you're like, I gotta hang my hat on this memory. It would be this.
Yeah.
This is the play I want everybody to remember me by.
I would probably say my first goal, my debut, and this game in general because of just how much it meant to our club, and just I think all the fans were in it, and it was just great for us. I think it was great for the club to just get the first win in the playoffs.
Here comes the kryptonite.
Dude, here he comes. Trouble on the way.
All right, you tried to follow him there, by the way, huh?
I did. Yeah, I wanted to stop the
Smart
ball.
foul. Smart foul.
And now you get Ilsinho in, the game changer.
I think
What
I
happened?
moved to
What's
the
he
left
like?
wing.
with your mind, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, once we see him getting ready, we're like, all right. Like, I think he comes in on Kamar's side. We're like, Kamar, like that's you. Like, this is your job now. You know, because I think when we played them previously, Kamar was away with Jamaica, and that's when he had that crazy goal on the sideline, dribbling around a couple of guys. But this time, and you know, like if you know Kamar at all, he's like you don't even have to say it to him. He's like putting his hand up. He's like, yeah, I got it already.
Brendan.
If I
Almost
slid right
touched
there, I could
there.
have tapped it in.
Yeah.
Crazy sequences in this game.
Yeah, there was. When I tell you he had the best game I've seen in a while, Sergio, that went. He was unbelievable, working hard, just getting chances out of nothing. I mean, all the goals that we scored was out of him taking a bite out of, which was a header or anything like that. He was good.
He came on stronger too. I mean, I know late on, but he seemed to get more confident, and then I think started this year well also.
Yeah, I mean, he scored against LAFC the last game we played, and he had a really good game again. So I think just coming into the league and getting, because I know a lot of people have trouble kind of coming to this league and like what it's like, the physicality of it and stuff like that, and the pace of it. So I think he just needed a little time to get that under, and now he's flying.
But I think that's what impresses me so much about you is we've seen older players come in and struggle to adapt, and here you're playing right in the middle of the pitch, and I just see sometimes you take an extra. You have a good sense of space awareness. You can kind of wiggle out of different things. Were you expecting to play as much in your first year, or and did it go maybe better than you expected?
Yeah, I mean, I can say that. I went way better than what I expected. My goal was to come into preseason and do whatever I can to play games and get my chances. And I think that I came into preseason and had a really good preseason. Yeah, and I had a really good preseason and just went from there. And I think I got my chances. I stayed to it. I practiced really well. I was working hard. And yeah, I had a good year. So I think it came from that.
That ball's got to go out wide. It's got to go to Kaku. I do not know why you tried to play the most difficult ball when you have a wide open Kaku on the left flank.
Yeah, I mean, it's those that are the decisions that hurt us sometimes, because we find ourselves in those situations a lot, counter-pressing and winning the ball higher up the field and having numbers up there that we just have to make the right decisions. The early, easy decisions are usually the best ones,
Yeah. So what's your moment so far as a professional? What's the absolute ideal moment for you?
I think I have two as well. I think winning the Supporters Shield in 2018 with Red Bull, just the entirety of that year. I think how good we were as a team, how good we were playing together, and then the same year getting a full 90 against France before they went to the World Cup in France. That's something that if I retired tomorrow, I think I could hang my hat on for sure.
And only giving up one goal, right?
Yeah, giving up one goal. And like the team we played against, I remember walking out of the tunnel. I was with Tyler, or standing next to Tyler, and he turned around and was like, "This is crazy." And I was like, "You have no idea."
Yeah.
I mean,
that would probably
Brendan,
save my
do you have a starstruck moment yet?
Yeah, probably. I got Zlatan's shirt. I didn't ask for it
There you
though.
go.
Harris asked for it.
He asked for yours?
I was too shy. Yeah, Harris did it for me.
I
I have
thought
his
you meant
shirt
Zlatan
downstairs
asked
in
for
my
your
basement.
shirt.
Oh no! I was no. But yeah, I had.
So you saw
Harris
him on the
ask
field.
for
You saw how big he was, and you were like, "Oh my God, I gotta pinch myself."
I stood next to him at, like, when the game starts and you stand at the midline, and I stood right next to him and I was looking like this up to him. I was like, oh my god, this guy's a monster. Yeah, but I would also say about no, he didn't look me in my eyes when I came to shake his hand. Like, his eyes are up like this when he's shaking everybody's hand. He doesn't. It's like no respect. You know what I mean? Disrespect. The disrespect. But that's Zlatan. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Mind
how he's
games.
made his career. Yeah, mind games.
He did the same thing when I interviewed him. Hello? Oh man. What was it like for you, Brendan? Because I know you got some looks going in with the national team, the full national team, and camps and all that. What was that like for you? Those experiences?
Yeah, I think just getting it early like this, I think it was huge. A great experience for me getting my first cap against Costa Rica. Like, yeah, I mean, I grew up watching national team World Cups. I know how much it means to represent your country, so it was huge for me, and it's something that I've always wanted my entire life.
That tackle.
You see this, you know it's serious.
Yeah.
You just talked about Kaku being able to slow the game down for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
He's coming out. So
I mean, we had, like I said,
now?
we had Simsy come off early, and then we have Kaku coming off now, and just two guys that can control games in different aspects. So having him obviously get into that tough tackle, it's a little bit of air out of our sails for sure.
And both
What
were
happened
playing
with
well.
Kaku?
Yeah.
What happened with Kaku right there? Was there any problem?
Yeah, he ended up MCL or nothing, not ACL, but he ended up doing meniscus or MCL something.
Oh wow, and that right there, that's
worked on in
crazy.
the off season.
Wow.
That's one of those as a center back where you're going through and you get the ball, but he's definitely not shy.
No, I mean he's I think any center back in that situation, like, you can win the ball and you're going to go as strong as you can, but he gets a good piece of him as well, and unfortunately Kaku just pulls up injured after it.
Speaking of your national team experience, Brandon, Tim, you said you played against France. I mean, they went on to win the World Cup. What was that experience like as a whole, and where do you need to continue to improve to continue to get looks? Because you're 27, you're still young, so you have still, a lot of time in front of you. What do you need to get better at to warrant another shot, and then to keep your spot with the U.S. men's national team?
Yeah, I think for me, especially with the way Greg wants to play and the way the system that they want to play, for me it's pretty obvious of just getting better on the ball. I think he values possession. He values center backs that are willing to play and that can play out of positions and play out of pressure. And for me, I think that's obviously the biggest thing is for me to work on, because defensively, I mean, I take a lot of pride in the way I defend and how I defend and stuff. So I don't think that defending is so much of a area of work in terms of being on the ball.
For me, you're like a Jay Demerit 2.0.
Dude, I like that.
And
Old
that's,
school.
And that, yeah, I mean, that's a very high compliment, because I thought he was a fantastic defender. He's a guy, he put his body on the line. You could know he was going to give you 100% and really defend with his life. That's what you got with Jay Demerit. And there's not enough of those guys in a squad where you can say, you know what, this guy is a real defender. He's gonna claw, scratch, tackle, fight for every ounce, and he's gonna give you 100% commitment. There's not too many guys that play like that. And when I watch you play, it's rough, it's physical, but you use your mind too. You're smart, you read the game. So when you're watching New York Red Bull games this season, I expect to see you now. All right, this is what he knows, what he has to do to get better to the next level. Are you going to break those lines with those balls? Are you going to take touches to, when you can, to get that experience where Greg can look at you and go, yep, he's ready. He knows what I want from a center back, and you're ready to take your spot.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I think it's definitely something that I'm looking forward to when the season continues on this year.
Absolutely, and I'll say, look, I love. We all want to play out of the back and do that, and I think it's an important part of it, the piece. But for me, on the best teams I played on, I played with Jeff Cameron, who could play beautiful balls out of the back, and guys like that. But I also played with guys that were just terrifying to play against and didn't ever switch off, and like were always dialed in. And I think that's something I worry sometimes we lose sight of just like keeping the ball out of the back of the net, having that trust and a balance, because you don't need necessarily everybody to really knock it and move. You need different types of players and diversity within the squad. So,
who are those two players, Kalen?
What's that?
Who are those guys in your mind that you've played with that are like turned on?
I mean, the best guy for me, Bobby Boswell, as far as being switched on, just mentally, he always had. He was basically a coach or a quarterback in the back. So, when you look at even the partnerships he had, it's a perfect example because he partnered well with Jeff Cameron. He partnered well with Steve Birnbaum. He partnered well with maybe some guys that had different skill sets than he did, but just him being able to see the whole picture of the field, it was kind of like the way a goalkeeper would communicate, what you're talking about with Robles. Just being able to really put guys in places and even moving up the field as well. And Bobby was good on the ball, tough as hell. Like to mix it up, but he was very. The best thing about him was just how I think mentally he was always switched on.
I was on the wrong end of a couple of tackles with him.
There he is. Yeah, I think for me, when I was a rookie, I was able to learn a lot from, I don't know, I'm sure you two have played against him, Pa Moduka, when he was in Portland for a couple of years, and then he came to Vancouver when I was a rookie and played there for 2 more years with me. He's kind of like what you're saying, Kalen, just like quarterbacks. He's always talking, he's always organizing. And I think the best advice he ever gave me was, he goes, the more you talk, the less you run. He goes, it's that simple. He's like, the more you can tell other people to get in the right spots, And I learned a lot from him in my time with him, and I credit him a lot for helping me and being so good to me when I was so young. But yeah, I think when you were talking about Bobby, it kind of just hit a little bit for Pa as well.
Great guy. So Brendan, I think, did you just come off there? I believe.
Yeah, I just came off.
For Fafa, yeah. How did you feel coming off this match? I mean, obviously, not always want to get subbed out of a match. I always want to stay on the pitch. But what was going through your mind as this was happening?
Yeah, so, I mean, I did my shift at the time, and we had Elsinho and Fafa coming off the bench, and I'm the young guy. I mean, that's not really an excuse, but I think that there's I can do better towards the end of games. I can still try to create chances and do as much as I can. I wasn't playing my position at the end of the game. I was playing left mid, but there's still ways at ends of the games where I can try and create as best I can and make some chances happen, and that's what will keep me in games.
Elsinho pulling out all the
Let's take a
tricks.
look at this one. I think he might have pulled one there. He got the foul one against
Aaron
him.
does well.
He tried.
Aaron does really well
did a good job
to get
there.
back. And he's got a bag of tricks.
Well, did that hit the hand as well?
No.
Elsinho just gets little touches. Yeah. Elsinho gets out of little situations that you'd never think he'd ever get out of. Like right there, he doesn't seem like a quick guy, but with the ball, he's the quickest guy I've ever seen. Just explosion and just that first step, he's so fast.
He seems to even stop or slow down.
Initial 3 steps is just.
But he'll stop. He'll stop all the way, so the defender has to stop or rest or relax for a second, and then he wants to get. He knows over those first few steps, whichever direction he's going to go.
It's a quick in out that he does from left to right. That first little shifty left right.
That shuffle.
I don't think I've ever seen a defender stop that.
Even that, he just jabs left and goes right.
Aaron's doing a good job with him so far.
Yeah. Yep.
Aaron's having none of it at the moment.
Aaron's great.
Did you guys tell him to make that mohawk, the decision there, or? No, I wish he would. I mean, thank God he cut it off this year. It's pretty bad. But he's known for it now. I think he's known for having that mullet.
Is he trying to get it back, or do you say that's enough?
No, I mean, he gets bored with his hair really easily. So he went from like blonde to mullet to like now then he's rocking a regular mullet. But now I think he's with all of us in this quarantine. You know, no haircut, so he's letting it grow a bit.
That's
Someone
not
said
normal
in
for
the
a
comments.
defender.
Someone in the comments is saying his mom tells him what hairstyles to create.
That's different.
Got to listen to your
That
mom.
is
Hey.
different.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's a good son if he's listening to his mom now.
My mom's loved my hair since youth 8. I've never shaven off because she will not let me do that. Trust me.
So as soon
Wait,
as
Brendan, do you
leave
live
the
at home?
house, you leave the nest.
Yeah, I live at home.
Okay,
Live at
so
home still.
she would know.
She would know.
So when
trust
you
me.
leave the
She'd be-
nest,
she'd be on to that.
the hair's coming out off.
I don't know, man. I like it. I really like it. I think it's different, and yeah, I just like it a lot. I don't think it's
When we
coming
see
off
Brendan
anytime
get
soon.
with a mohawk, we know he's moved out.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim,
Fafa.
what happened
Don't.
there?
Let's go, Fafa. Slow feet don't eat.
Dude, I think.
Look at him go. Look at the stare.
Slow feet don't eat.
Who's he
So
pointing
bad.
to? Is it Brendan Kaminsky?
bad.
Who's he pointing to there?
I think he was trying to get something
Hold on.
from someone. I don't know what it was.
Watch out. Fafa's the type, though, to celebrate 2 or 3 times. He's probably going to salsa,
Oh yeah,
samba.
Yep.
He'll give you 1, 2. It's the Charlie Davies special.
I mean, I
It
think
never
we think
stops.
this guy's offsides.
Yeah, but see,
Clearly we think
Sergio's
he's off.
creating this again by just making runs in behind. Like, he's creating stuff.
I see. Is that you with the hand up? then-
I think. Yeah, man,
Oh,
he just
boy.
gets. I mean, he gets a full run and jump on me, and I'm just. I mean, I see.
Wrong,
Obviously, I'm dealing with like the Doya and the Fafa's
Montero, right? Yeah.
twin. Yeah. And
You still got
when
him, love it,
Fafa,
man.
when Fafa gets that running start, I'm like backpedaling, jumping, and I just can't deal with it.
The ball hits the
How
net.
loud was this
Are you
place?
like, oh, here we go again?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, and like, of course, whenever in that situation, you know, I feel like it's my fault because I think I can do better than that. You know, so I'm wondering where he came running from because in my head I had a couple guys around me, so I thought I was in a pretty good position, but yeah, I mean, at the moment I think it's my fault, so I'm just trying to obviously get back into it because we're still in a good spot. I mean, we're in a good spot, you know. I mean, it's 3-3, yeah. We gave up 2 goals in this half, but it's tied. It's the 80th minute. Like, we just got to find a way to get a little bit of momentum and get back into this game.
You feel Philly coming, though.
Oh,
Hit the both feet right there.
yeah. What are you doing right now, Brendan? Are you hyped?
Oh,
Are you
I'm-
sitting? Are you standing? Are you
yeah.
stretching?
I think I'm sitting on top of my chair right now. You know how it kind of folds up? I'm
Yeah.
like sitting on top, like I'm on my toes. Like, oh yeah, I'm so into the game at this point.
How loud was the place?
This was one of the loudest I've ever heard it. Like, I've been a fan since I was 11 years old, and I've been going to the game since the very first season. So this season in particular was the loudest. Like, I don't know if it was since I was a player or anything like that, but like all the games this season, the fans were unbelievable, and I think everybody was at the games, man. But it was great.
How many Aronson jerseys are in the stands right now?
Oof, that's a high number at this. I think it's like
How
20,
many tickets did
25
you have to
maybe.
get? 20, 25?
My parents bought
family?
like yeah a lot. I had a lot of tickets to this game, but they also had some season tickets too. So. that
So
was
the
good, too.
Aronson family, relatives, all their friends.
The
You're talking
club at the end of the
25.
game, yeah, there was like 20 at this point, I think. But at the club at the end of the game, like up top, it was probably a lot of Aronson jerseys in there. We'll say that.
And you have a little brother you said you're training with now that's, what, is he in the academy?
Yeah, he's 16 in Paxton Aronson. He's in the academy now. He's unbelievable.
Factory.
Are you thinking, Tim, at this point, right? We need a goal. Kaku's off. We're not really a counterattack team. I mean, from when we're sitting dropping so deep. Are you thinking, get BWP? He's on the bench. This is all-time leading goal scorer in club history. He's right. Let's get him into the game. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I'm also thinking like earn fouls, give us a chances on set pieces. You know, just because of how shaky Blake was in the first half on coming out for certain balls and stuff, like we're hoping to get a set piece to give us a chance. And, you know, I think we just felt a lot of pressure in the second half of defending, weathering storms. And we just needed to get something going offensively.
But as a defender, when you get the ball at your feet, is there one guy that you're always targeting? That you're like, as soon as I get the ball, my head's up, I'm looking for this guy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when Brad's on the field, you're always looking at him as option A. You know, I think when he's on the field, that's like your first option. Otherwise, I mean, Kaku. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of the guys that are in my head as my first options aren't on the field at the moment.
There he is, the legend.
He's getting ready though.
99.
He has a pretty good chance, if I remember, late on in this one too. Like
He does.
scary good
I remember
chance.
that.
I think so.
Who did you think was going to get the goal for you guys, Brendan?
Foul.
Fafa was cooking it. Like he was flying at this point. And when he's in this kind of form, not many people can stop him. And I thought Sergio might, because Sergio hadn't got a goal yet. So Sergio has been chipping away all night. But yeah, I think one of those two at that point was. And then I know Mark got subbed on late, and Mark can always make something happen out of nothing. So.
Man, I actually forgot how this fourth goal came.
Tim, we got a
not
question from.
It's not a
Getting
good.
sick.
It's not a good.
Somebody
fourth
get
goal.
him a bag. Somebody gets him a bag. He got
Tim, we've
little
got a
sick
question
there.
for you from someone on Facebook named Julian Gressel. He wants to know for any mustache grooming tips for him in quarantine right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely don't listen to your girlfriend or wife. It looks good. And just be confident with it, you know? Embrace it.
Okay.
Okay.
Embrace it.
I like that.
Don't let the haters, don't let the doubters stop you.
Yeah.
Can you grow facial hair yet, Aronson?
I'm trying.
You're trying.
I'm trying
Same
to
here,
get
man.
a little something down here and up here, but it's not
Okay.
coming in.
Are you?
No, I can
how
get-
are you
I can
trying?
get a-
Are
I
you
can get a
shaving,
little
like,
bit.
Are you shaving nothing? I've heard that helps. If you just shave nothing.
I have to shave a little bit. I'm getting a little bit, but
Have you shaved
I don't-
yet?
I don't-
Have you ever shaved?
I've shaved the good. I have to shave like every 4 or 5 days. I just don't like
Oh,
having any
stop
facial
it.
hair on my
No
face.
chance.
I swear to God.
No
I
chance.
swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear.
Brendan,
It
just
kinda
start the
comes in real
playoff beard
fast.
now, bro. Just start it now.
Yeah.
It's never
right
too
now.
early to start.
I won't.
Yeah, man. I
mean,
at this point in the game,
is
we're so
relentless.
spread out. Our lines are so spread out. We're tired, and you can see it kind of wearing on us. That Philly's just been coming at us for so long.
Just
Was
the
the field
energy of
heavy?
this game. Yeah. It was starting to... The draining in our field is not the greatest, I don't think. So it was starting to, like, get a little muggy and, like, a little...
And you guys had wasn't there like a rugby game on this field like a week before?
That was earlier in the... It wasn't a week before this, I don't think. There was... I don't know. I can't remember what happened before this, but... We had a little trouble with our
high
field.
school football
Our field
or
wasn't...
something.
Yeah, our
thought
field
there
wasn't
was
the
something
greatest
going
all
on.
year. Yeah, it didn't grow in right because we got new field before this year, and it never grew in the way that we wanted it to.
Come on,
So, like,
Jim
it
Curtin.
just-
I know he's watching. Let's get this field in
We
order.
got Jimmy on your.
It looks. I
I'm watching
haven't.
LC.
I haven't even seen it yet. I haven't even seen the new field. We haven't been in the stadium.
Okay? That's the ball you want. That's the ball you're supposed to capitalize on, right, Brian?
That's a good look.
He hit that
Games
hard
here
too.
on out. When I see that ball cut back to you, it's on goal. One touch.
For sure. For sure.
Okay.
If I get that, I'll try, yeah, I'm gonna hit it on. I'll hit it on target. I'd like a chance like that.
Yeah, Tim heard it here. There's no block. There's no block city.
Jim Curtin's watching this, so set up that play for Brendan next year. He wants it.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Man, this guy serves such a good ball. His balls are so dangerous, Medunian.
Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His left foot is
His set piece quality.
crazy, man.
His set piece
Best
quality
left
is
foot,
so good.
Who's grown the most from last year to this year for both your teams, in your opinion?
I think
Like
I
individuals?
think for us it's
Yeah.
I think for us it's more of a chance of opportunity. You know, I think Kyle Duncan was playing really well at the end of last year and then picked up an injury. But obviously he started off this year flying. So I think he's going to run with that role of being that right back and attacking that flank for us and holding that range down because we expect him to kind of keep that level up all year now.
Yeah, for me, I'd
By the
probably
way-
say Sergio. You can go. I was gonna say Sergio because I think that last year he was in and out with the team, and in preseason he looked like he just wanted it from the time that I got there after the Jan camp. But he looked like he wanted it from the very beginning, and yeah, he came into preseason flying, and then the start of the season he's been flying too. So I think he's the most improved for sure.
Oh, Bedoya, you gotta put that on goal.
Good heading,
Alejandro.
A little savvy
Chuck,
hip check there.
it's the
Yeah.
89th minute, dude. This guy's had one leg for like he was cramping in the 32nd minute after his goal.
I don't buy it. This is all for show. The guy's fit. I've never seen someone chug Coke and devour Pringles. And be able to
And
run
cookies added in there too.
cookies,
Man,
Pringles, Diet
you guys
Coke,
are you guys are
Pepsi.
selling him out on here.
And my
Seriously,
man
come on,
doesn't
Chuck.
get tired, doesn't cramp.
Dude, he's
I don't want to
crazy.
hear it.
He's crazy.
I heard Jim on Extra Time saying how you and Ale were just cruel to each other. This man's
Oh,
not
yeah.
even here to defend himself right now. He's literally having one of the most heroic performances in MLS playoff history, and you're out here talking about him drinking Coke and Pringles and stuff. Come
yeah.
on, man.
It's got to be done.
He's willing his
Gotta be
team
done.
to victory right now. I got your back, Ale.
Man, this second half, you're just on the back foot, just defending, wearing you down.
Yeah, and I think this is a conversation me and Aaron are having. We're kind of looking at each other, just being like, "Yo, we need someone to slow this thing down for us." You know, because it's the way we play when it gets pushed against us in this kind of a way. You know, it's tough to deal with.
Ooh, that hurt. I remember
Gosh,
that.
there.
That was like a little cleat to the heel.
Yeah,
So that was
That one
a
hurt.
little
yeah.
bit malicious.
I don't think Jack meant to. I think when he was running, he just clipped him.
Yeah, the incidental contact plays.
I mean, who knows? Jack's an English kid, so
Exactly. There
you
go.
know he loves these games.
Tim Royer is
Cramping.
one of the guys that seems like he can just make a play out of nothing or win a match on his own in a moment. What's it been like, or what's he like in training, I guess, or what's he just like as a guy?
Danny's a great guy. You know, I think anyone that has been around him or played with him definitely knows that Danny's a great guy. He demands a lot out of everyone around him. You know, I think Danny wants to win. He's competitive, and we all know that, and we all respect the fact that he expects a high level from everyone around him. You know, he wants passes a certain way. He expects, like, if you're going to set someone up, do it with care. But yeah, I mean, Danny's finishing quality it's crazy. You know, I watch the attackers do like finishing drills, and I mean, he's so clinical in front of the net that it's special to watch. And like you said, like, he's got the ability to kind of change a game like that if he gets the opportunity.
What was BWP like in training?
Similar, you know. I think very similar. You know, I think Brad's quality, and Brad's just so smart. So he's able to outwit guys. His movement's very good. and in similar days, you know, like Brad's really competitive, so he wants to win just as bad. So it was always good when him and Danny were on different teams to see the what is it, the lava boil over, you know?
Yep.
Which one of them was going to get hot first?
Do you have a guy like that now, Aronson, in training that you're like, we're going at it? Is it Bedoya? Do you like to go at the veterans, or is it more like someone there at your age, your position?
I feel like I'm a guy that's like nice until like someone comes at me tight. Like if someone's like really being like not a great guy towards me, then I'll take it like that. But everybody on our team's really a good guy. But I think Bedoya and it's like battling type of thing. But because we both want to win so bad. But any small sided games, I feel like I'll get into any kind of tussle with anybody because I love winning those kinds of things.
Who's the tussler though? Who's the guy that you know you're gonna tussle with?
Bedoya for sure.
Okay.
Like, yeah, Bedoya, Harris, even Ilsinho. Bunch of the guys are really competitive like that. Like the team last year was really competitive. Like our training sessions last year were really, really competitive sessions, and it made me really like felt like I was getting better at every day from them.
For me, it was always Craval, Gaddis, Bedoya.
Oh yeah,
Those three.
Craval. What a save!
What a save!
What a
That's
save!
Strong hand, Robles.
Bear
Look at-
paw.
Oh, I had it, guys. No, Robles said, not today.
Oh,
Not
save.
twice today. Oh.
I thought that
I
was
think
it,
this is
for
his
sure.
70th corner kick of the match.
But that's what Luis did. I mean, he's just under pressure. Finally, you think, okay, this is finally it. And the dude pulls a save just like that to keep you in the game. I mean, that was game over right there.
Bounced through. Oh my word!
Off the bounce, too. You know he had power behind it.
He just stays honest. He stands him up.
Yeah, he's laughing.
Who's
He's
your
got the
goalie?
goal. He's getting closer.
Yeah. Who's your goalie now, Tim? Like who's been starting now?
So Ryan Mira was the starter through preseason, but he picked up an injury late in the preseason, and then we signed a Danish goalie, David Jensen, and he started the first 2 games for us and has done really well. He's a big body. He's he's like probably like 6'4", 6'5", but he's done well in the first 2 matches.
It's got to be strange, though, looking over your shoulder and seeing somebody else.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, especially like the 2 changes, right? Like Luis being gone and Bradley being gone. It's a different feel in the locker room for sure, but, you know, I think Red Bull obviously has found a little bit that they can change this kind of leadership role that we had in the locker room, and we're going to take full advantage of it when they put that trust into us.
Look at the numbers being thrown forward.
It's just a Kamar Lawrence tackle there.
And that's what you don't have anymore. You don't have that anymore. There's Fafa.
All right, end of regulation here. What are your thoughts? I mean, Philly looks like, you know, has that chance late with Fafa. Seems like almost all the energy going through towards the end of regulation. But then again, you're 3-3 on the road, going in extra time. What are you guys thinking on each side? What's being said?
Yeah, I think for us, obviously, we're looking to reset. You know, I think they obviously came out with some momentum in that second half, ran with the momentum. So for us, we're like, all right, guys, take a break here. Let's reset. Let's regroup. Let's try to get back to the way we started off this game.
What do you think,
Yeah,
Brennan?
so we had one more sub at the time, so we were going to bring in Marco. And I think just going with what we had, I think just taking the tempo, because we were really pushing things at the time. We were creating a lot of chances and playing with what we were just doing and just sticking towards that.
Chuck, I remember watching this in the studio, and we were like, man, this is a crazy game. I felt like Philly had it.
Nuts.
But then I was like, it could just take one chance, you know, look, especially with this game, set pieces. a mistake. There had been a few mistakes with Blake, so you just didn't really know going into extra time.
They had the momentum, but like you said, once BWP came in, you thought, okay, all they need is that one through ball, that one long ball, or that cross that finds him in the box, and bang, it's goal, game over. But like you said, it's Philadelphia Union. They're playing their first playoff game. They haven't had that win. They were looking for it. The whole crowd wanted it. The fan, the players, the coaching staff. It felt like this could be their night. So I honestly felt that Union were going to get their first win.
Oh, easy to say now on MLS Classics
Yeah,
Remix,
yeah,
Chuck.
yeah.
Come on, bro.
I said,
Of course you picked
Andre,
it right. What a brilliant
go back
analyst this
inside.
guy is.
Take a
Jeez, you could
shower.
just feel it.
Take a shower, put on
Honestly,
some new clothes.
we
new
have to,
match,
Chuck, you and I
get
have
back
to
in.
predict MLS games, which is like the most impossible thing to do normally. So they got to at least give us some of these classic matches where we can just cherry pick and be like, feels like the Union
Yeah.
are going to take this one.
I actually told them it was going to finish 4-3 just before kickoff.
I wish we had the pregame, because I know we did a live hit before this. I wish we had the pregame tape. We're probably
I
both
know.
sitting there being like, it's going to be tight, ugly, Eastern Conference match, playoffs. Probably one goal is going to do it in the wet rain. It'll be a Tim Parker, rebound or something like that. But anyways,
I think
we
I
have to
said
look like
something along the
geniuses
lines
now.
of like, oh, no Shabilko, like, yeah, no win.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Bedoya question mark. I don't know. Next thing
Yeah.
you know, it's like 90. Going into extra time.
Marathon man, yeah.
Yeah.
There's the cutback. Oh,
I remember he hit
does he
that
have that in
so
his locker,
hard.
Aronson?
I have never seen that before. I've never seen
Okay.
him hit a ball like that.
So that was
He's
not
got a lot
designed.
of
That
he's
was
got a
just
lot of
Harris
things in his
the
locker,
games.
but he does that on the fly. Harris is.
Okay.
I think Oka's our guy that sets that kind of stuff up. Harris is the kind of guy that has the freedom to, because he's so creative, just do whatever is on his mind.
Look at him splitting three.
Dude, this guy's
Gets
just
it
playing
back.
5v2, man. Love it.
Does a little lob.
Oh,
Oh,
stop.
my God! This is
That would have
this
been a
is
crazy
football.
goal.
This is football.
Let's go. Dude, but Ilsinho, Brennan, you can answer this, but it feels like when he starts feeling it and starts, like, shaking and baking on the side, he, like, gives other people the energy to kind of, I saw Sergio Santos try a back heel before, or a couple, earlier in the game to him. Kind of gets other people going,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Even in training, like when I'm ever on his team, the 1-2s with him, and just like I love doing the little 1-2s in training, like just around with him. And I think like getting that chance on the field, I've gotten like a few times with him. It just kind of gives you that kind of like confidence to just you can play through that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
So am I going to see some flair from you this year or what?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I think I have a little flair in me.
talking like-
I think I can.
He's got it.
Yeah, I want to see some step overs, some back heels,
Yeah, I can-
some rolls.
I can do some step overs and stuff. I always just
Okay.
shake like my go-to move is just shaking my just going one side and going over, kind of like shaking my body. Like that's always been my go-to move.
Like, what do you mean, like shake your body,
Like
this,
just
or
like yeah, just back and forth, just like giving Cuba
Okay.
a couple dips and stuff like that.
So you're giving Tim your special move, and you're confident that he can't stop it. That's what you just told me. You just said I can shake. I'm
I was
telling
waiting
Tim
for
right
extra
now,
time for this to
I'm gonna
happen.
Shake.
Hey, I have
Okay.
other stuff up my sleeve. I have other stuff.
No,
He's
no.
not spilling the whole bag yet.
I can't
I'm
wait.
not spilling the whole
okay,
bag.
I cannot wait till this matchup this year, and the shake comes. Does it work, or does it get stuffed, or are you just fouled?
Who knows? We'll see when it happens.
Okay. What happens here?
Hey, I love this, by the way, because I used to do
Oh,
this
that-
too,
yeah.
where you go up with a goalkeeper. Normally,
Yeah.
guys would kill
It's
you,
a
but
straight- it shouldn't be a foul. You go straight up.
no, they're always protecting the keepers in those plays.
No.
Always.
But it looks like they didn't call the foul here.
They didn't even call the foul on Robles.
And Robles pulled them back. Look,
Or-
normal,
or Fafas.
nothing there, and then the pull back.
Oh, that's what he wanted.
Yeah. See, if you do VAR, is that a PK? Because he did pull him,
He pulls him, but I don't know if it's enough. Like
but it's a
it
pull.
is. He definitely pulls him, but I don't know if that's enough. Like
I don't think it's enough either.
it's
I
tough.
don't know. I would
Fafa.
say it's not a PK.
There's
real
enough for
time, but
Fafa.
you do VAR, There's evidence.
Fafa will make the most out of that.
Yeah. I don't know.
You got that right.
Yeah, for a game like this, that would have been a tough one to call.
What's up with Sharkovsky? Tell me about him. I don't know too. I haven't heard too much about him. What's he like?
Mark's my guy. He's my roommate. He's my roommate on the road. So yeah, we both got to Red Bull about the same time. He got there, obviously, he was there for the full preseason in 2018. I got there right after preseason ended. But he's awesome. You know, obviously he had a good career in Europe. He had a good career in Salzburg with Red Bull, and then he came over here, and he's a funny guy. He loves New York. He loves New York, so he's fun. He's fun to hang out with. He's fun to get to know. And then I think he wants to know as much as he can about like the American culture and everything that comes along with it. So for me, telling him stories about like college and growing up in New York and all that kind of stuff, it's enlightening for him to hear those kind of stories.
Have you
should
taken
tell
him out
Brennan
to
too.
Long
He
Island?
doesn't know anything about college either.
I
No
know about
one will
SNHU
come
though.
to
That's
Long
my
Island
college.
with me.
Okay.
SNHU. Hey,
Southern New
it's a
Hampshire,
partner,
baby.
man.
Hey, that's where I'm from.
It's a
Let's
partner.
go.
That's the partner, baby.
Manchester, New Hampshire.
Really? You're from New Hampshire?
I'm from, yeah, that's see,
My
everyone's
dad.
like,
My
"What?"
dad's got an office up in Manchester. He's there all the time.
Manch Vegas is how it's really referred to in
Manch
countries.
Wow.
That's good. That's good.
All right, well, the game was actually, I think, finally not gone to a crazy. This is like the first time where I'm like, oh, it's like not a crazy pace.
Yeah, we got numbers behind the ball at this point where we look pretty comfortable.
I don't know if you're beating Robles from that distance.
His left foot's crazy though.
Brian White comes in.
All right, Brian White finally come in. Was he coming off an injury here, or what was up, Tim?
Yeah, he did his ankle late in the year, and just one of those kind of situations where it just takes longer. Ankles always seem to take longer than you think, you know. It's never quite
Was
right.
he fit though? Was like when he was coming in, was he fully fit? He could run without pain, or was
Yeah.
he still like struggling at this point?
No, he was training full at this point. It was more along the lines of just we had other guys that had been training and fit for longer. Like,
Right.
you know, I think obviously we had Barlow, we had Brad on the bench as well. So it was like, look, Whitey, like when you get your chance, you're gonna get it, but like you gotta understand that you're working your way back up now.
So then how does that shift the shape for you guys here? Because did Brad just drop underneath, or are they playing as a two, or?
Yeah, I believe Brad shifted underneath. Brad's kind of like the 10. Whitey's a little bit higher. Try to get Brad
That
on the
doesn't
ball.
sound right to me.
I know, but we need Brad to get on the balls, calm things down for us a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
we're missing a true 10 at this point.
Barlow is having success trying to get in behind and push it, and White's got a little bit maybe more of those similar qualities where he's just a handful to just turn center backs around a bit and strong as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, earlier in the season, Brian played against us, and he was a handful too when we played him at our place. He had a really good game against us. I think he scored 2 or 1.
He makes great runs to stretch the back line. I mean, I've noticed that about him. He's very opportunistic. He's always making great bending runs in behind, stretching defenses, always on the run. Those are the players that you always have to worry about, especially when you have backlines who press. Like you said, the Union was all about pressing. You create that space in behind. If guys aren't tuned in, if there's some miscommunication of any kind, a guy like Brian White is going to have a ton of success.
Yeah, for a midfielder, for a 10, you want guys that are willing to run in behind every single time and not get upset about not getting the ball that one time, because they will get that ball that one time, then it goes in behind. You know what I mean? So I think just willing runners are like the best strikers for a 10. Like the best strikers, the partnership with the 10.
That's just to soften up a little more space for you.
Yeah, exactly. It just opens up space for us too.
It's like I'm talking to Lee Wynn. He just said, yeah, Charlie, just keep running.
Just
run,
go,
run,
yeah.
Run. Give me all the space.
I'll find you when I need you.
Exactly. That was Lee.
Unselfish Chuck. Don't let anybody tell you you weren't an unselfish runner.
That's all I did. Just unselfish runs.
Victim runs, man. I'll get it done.
Just doggies. I remember running doggies in Chicago's. It's actually how I just got on the pitch. 'Cause they were just like, Juan Carlos Osorio was our coach and was like, hey, we need to create room for Blanco, so just, you can play, but just the first 10 minutes, just every time to the corner. All right.
Just every time.
I was actually, I was happy to do it.
Finally, some possession in the final third.
Yeah. I mean,
You
that's
guys
what
can
we
get a
would,
rest?
that's what we needed the entire second half. You know, just connect a couple passes, give us
That's a good ball.
that little bit. Here it is. You know, I mean, those little opportunities. You know, just a little bit of possession, just a little bit of calmness gave us those little chances.
He scored a bunch of goals this year. I think he had like 12, right? Brian White. He had a lot of goals.
Yeah,
this season.
Brian White scored a lot of goals. Yeah, he was our. Yeah, I think he hit double digits.
Speaking of Chicago, I love it. All the managers on both sides are all my former Fire teammates, so I like watching these guys go at it. Some of the best.
Chris, CJ.
How often did Jim Curtin pick on you?
Pick on me?
Yeah.
Never. Honestly, none of those guys
Chris
picked
Armas?
on me.
None of them picked on you, like in training.
Well, I was, I heard Brendan say he was roommates with Harris, and I was roommates with CJ Brown. So
Oh man.
CJ's from the Bay as well, the Bay Area, so I knew him growing up. So he looked after me. And CJ's not the guy you want to mess with, so if CJ was cool with you, yeah, Zach Thornton still gave me a hard time. I definitely got a hard time because I came in as a rookie with like a headband, and I was trying step overs and all that. But they were all. I mean, you couldn't. All these guys are now top managers in MLS and all around the league. Even if you look at Zach's with DC, Jim, CJ, Armis, Dennis Hamlet. We had Tony Sane. We had so many top players that all have gone on to like be successful. Even some of the younger guys, John Thorrington. So they're all top people and top players. So I definitely had some
Talk
good role
about a
models for
squad.
starting off.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened here? Looks like he just got jacked.
It was head to head.
A little head bob.
Did he say anything to you after that? Was he like, "Oh, I'm getting this guy"?
No, I wish
Dude,
he
if
would.
you got a mullet and a mustache, you need a shiner. It's only right.
Yeah, it completes the look for sure. The trainer's
Yeah,
taking
that's-
care of him, making sure he's got no grass in his face, you know.
That's a good hit.
All right, here's a sub.
There he
Here
is.
we bring on Sergio. Played fantastic. And then Marco
Yeah,
He had a
comes on.
great game. He was
Yeah.
really good.
game.
What was Marco Fabian like the whole season, Aronson? What was he like in the locker room? Was he the
Yeah.
guy who played in World Cups?
Yeah.
At the highest
No.
level?
Yeah, even he was an awesome guy, like a really awesome guy. I mean, talking to him about his time in the Bundesliga and what he did in Mexico, and I think it was like the two places he's been, but just talking to him about that and getting all this kind of stuff off of him and kind of soaking it up was awesome. And when I tell you this guy could hit a ball, oh my God, he had the best shot I've ever seen in my life. Just 30 yards out, 40 yards out, could just bang them from anywhere, and I've never seen anything like it. And he was a really good player, and it's a shame he didn't stay for longer, but yeah, really good player. He was a great guy too.
It's kind of ironic that he ends up having the moment in this match. Coming off the bench, he was signed
Yeah.
as the big star. But it's really a testament to the depth of the team and how everybody else stepped up, and Brendan being a big part of that, of guys that maybe coming into the season you weren't expecting to be leading you in the playoffs or maybe on the team sheet even. But the depth of the Union team to me was really impressive, and the fact that it's hard to
Yeah.
keep a group together when it's like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, you're able to
to
bring
be
in
fair-
Elsinho and Fafa in the 65th minute. It's
Yeah,
not the
starting
best
on
thing
no
for
MLS
defenses
teams.
to look over there and see that.
Yeah. But I think for Marco's sake, things weren't going his way that year, but the positivity that he showed every single day in the locker room, it was great. He never looked down or anything like that. He was always positive, giving good vibes, and I think that was for everybody. If some people weren't playing, everybody was still giving good vibes, and I think that really helped the team, even in training and stuff like that.
Brendan, what do you think of Aurelian Collin? He's a top guy, right?
He's the best guy. He's the funniest guy I've ever met, man. He's hilarious. In his own way, though. Like, he doesn't try to be funny, but he just is. Like, he's just that personality. Because I know he's all the Red Bull guys joke around with him. I always see that all the time. But, yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
He's funny.
I've never played
He's
with
always
him.
got that, like,
Played
positive
against
energy.
him. Seems
He
like
does.
an unbelievable locker room guy. I mean,
Unbelievable
back in the
guy,
day when he
yeah.
was with Sporting Kansas City, whew, that man could tackle.
Yeah.
Dude, I've so many of those Dynamo Sporting matches going against him and Beasler.
What a
he's-
tandem those two were. Fantastic
Oh, yeah.
tandem. Because
No,
we
they were
have
great.
one super highly aggressive, and Bees likes to drop off a little bit, see the field a little bit better, and he's a communicator. Just when opposites attract, it was like the perfect combination for those couple of years.
He won there, right? What year did they win again? Was it 2013?
13.
13, right?
Yeah. 13. Yeah, those are good teams. But he was the type that, like, Aurelian was the type that would foul you, and then he would, like, he was so nice, he would, like, help you up and be like, hey, are you all right, man? You all right? And I'd be like, is he doing this
No, that's
to
part of the
mess
shtick.
with me?
Yeah.
Or I couldn't tell if he was, like,
Yeah.
That's
trying
part
to
of the
mess with
shtick.
me, or if he was really nice, but I swear he was trying to kill me, too, at the same time, so I was just very
Here's the
confused.
goal.
about
Here
the
it
whole
is. Here it is.
This is just
No.
crazy.
No.
Oh,
The
my
Union. Look at this. The
This was
comeback
scenes.
is complete.
This was scenes.
Dude, I mean, we're talking like we've been grinding, defensively we've been grinding for a half and some, and then we give up a deflection goal that flops its way into the back post.
I love
We've
the
been
word.
just-
When you say
Oh.
flops, you know that one that stings. That's gonna.
Deflated.
I don't know if
just
you ever
deflated.
forget that. Yeah. This,
Oh,
He was trying to cross. He was trying to cross that for sure too.
Brennan, I saw it written up, I think, on MLS the next day being like, a beautiful Fabian chip, and I was like, what? Like,
No,
he did well there.
Honestly,
He did
but
well.
he could do something like that though. In all honesty, like he could do that. If like I don't know, I didn't ask him about it because I didn't want to, but like he scored it and I didn't want to second guess it. So
Yeah. It's still up. It's probably still up there. I'll find the article.
yeah, I need to see who wrote that article.
It's in history. It's gone down in history. It's too late, Tim.
as the chip.
The chip heard around the world.
I also
brought it
need to
down
know
well,
who put up my picture for this promo, by the way. I also need to find that out. So I need those two names. You guys all got
man.
good pictures. I got like the after header picture.
after header.
That's just unlucky.
All right, it's that little break. I know you guys are buzzing. Do you think it's Aronson? Are you feeling like we got this in the bag? It's done, or were you like,
I was still just with Red Bull. Yeah, just with Red Bull and the players that they had, like you have VWP, Brian White up top. You have all these guys that can create chances and set pieces with Tim and Aaron. Like they have so many weapons that they can come down and score, and they had some chances at the end of the game. To be fair, so I think that like I was a little nervous, but I think I was positive in my head. I was like, I think we got this.
what's Armis yelling at you, Tim?
I think he's just trying to get me to encourage the guys. I think at this point we go down a goal. Now we've got 15 minutes left, so there's nothing to lose. There's nothing for us to lose at this point. We got to throw everything we got at them.
Leave a little bit of space there. It's a little slow to close them down there. Good. I think that's probably just out of respect for the player he is, but you wonder. What did you guys think of the playoff format, the shift? Because that, this was just 1-1-1-1 bang all the way through. I always say I feel like the Red Bulls, if it had been that format throughout, when you guys had home field advantage and supporter shield, that you would, I legit feel that the Red Bull would have a trophy if the format was that way.
I feel gypped. MLS changed
I think
it.
Why'd you have to bring that up, Kalen?
Sorry, man. No, I tried to give it. I tried to show love, but
I think it's a proper format. Like, I think it should be one game and done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you grinded that entire season to get that point in the table. So I think that you should have some kind of a advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this crowd. I mean, to have this crowd behind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I always felt that when it was the 2-game format, like if you were the higher seed, I felt like you should have a say in whether you want to play home or away first.
Which one do you?
I feel like
I would rather play home first.
Same.
No,
give
me home second. Give me home second.
Set the tone.
I know everybody, all the pressure
I think you want to set
is
the
on
tone.
the home team that first leg.
Set the tone, then you just go and survive. Just make it.
Yeah, I mean, we had to go. I remember in 2018 we had to go down to Atlanta, and I mean, whatever it is, 70,000 people. Like, if we have that game at Red Bull, we can play the way. I think we were destroying Atlanta at home, and then them coming to us after. They come to us after winning in Atlanta, so they play a whole different game. Whereas we could play. If we get that game at home, we play a different style. But what's said is done.
I like this switch.
Speaking of that game, you guys changed the whole way you played all
Tim, is
year.
this a yellow?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh yeah, there's the fire. There's the fire.
Honestly, you did well to make it this far in a match like this, where you were on your own quite a bit.
Yeah, I get him. I get him on the back. I think.
Yeah.
Why are you pointing
I'm
at
probably
the ball?
arguing that the ball.
Why are you pointing at the ball?
I do
You
get the
did
ball.
not touch that ball.
I get the ball for
He gets the
sure.
ball.
Get it. I get it, but I also get a lot of him.
He
part
put his
of-
hand
it's
up.
part
He
of-
said it's a yellow.
It's part of the game,
You gotta fight for it.
Fafa's playing like a little Energizer Bunny around here, just running around.
Yeah.
And he's feeling it. I think Fafa's top player.
We played him in preseason this year, and wow, he was really good.
Of course, he's motivated.
Double mag, yeah.
Yeah.
He was feeling himself that game, though. What defense that is, man. Not many
Smart
people will
foul.
do that to him.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see. I can't remember the chances that we get, because I know we get 1 or 2 here.
I know there's the really good one with Brad. Late. I think it was
BWP
like
gets one.
super late.
But it was such a half chance. It ended up being like a proper chance, but it was like lumped in. He
Yeah.
draws back and then gets that flick. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Look,
done
he's
at this
pointing
point.
that.
Bedoya's done.
Yeah.
He was done in like the 30th minute. I don't know how the fact that he played this long is still wild to me.
Yeah.
And he played the next game, right, in Atlanta?
Yeah, he did play the next game. Full game. Oof.
Ooh.
That hurt.
Charlie, would you let him
It's
get
like
on
you
the
d-
training table after all this? Come on, after this, you got to let him on the training table.
Yeah, I'd let him on.
But something's bad with him is when he's like this, because you never see him limping or anything like that, or like going down like that. He's got some kind of injury or something's going on with him.
Yeah, he can't show weakness. Now it's just about, okay, can we lump it forward? Can Bryant White get him behind? I would just throw BWP level with them.
Yeah.
Put 2 strikers up there and just hopefully they play off each other. What was being said right now, Aronson? When you see Bedoya, he's got to come off. He's been fighting the whole game. You see Craval.
Yeah, when I saw it, I knew he was done at that point, and I was like, you're putting Craval in. That's a guy that's going to defend for his life, and he's going to help us out and defend. So it's something where you're losing Bedoya, but you're bringing on a guy that's just going to help us in that defensive way too, because you know he's feeling it at this point.
That's Kalen's boy right there.
We called in Houston when he was a rookie. We called him the octopus because he's just got like these long legs and just like
They call him
like
crazy
he got 4
legs.
or 5 or 6 of them, and you just get an extra toe on something or break up a pass or a play.
We call him crazy legs.
Crazy.
Just
legs.
'cause
That's a good one.
He tackles everything, man.
They're wild. They're always moving in different directions.
Yeah, they're always moving, man.
Yeah.
I will say, Warren, having the sweatpants on. Come on, man! You got to know you're going in this one. That Houston weather.
No, he was trying to keep those legs warm as long as possible.
He's an
Yeah.
Atlanta boy. He doesn't
It was
like the cold.
He thought he had some
Guy-
snaps on.
Hey, that's a good idea. Actually, I don't know. Sliding on that.
Yep. He said, "Come on now."
Oh, he's
Your
making
turn.
the most
He's
out
doing
of
it. He knows
himself.
the TV time.
He's making the most out of it.
No, I got to give it up. Honestly, I'm trying to think of like performances like this in MLS play. We've been going through all the old MLS Classics remix, and there's been some pretty good ones. But I think when you factor in you were down 2-0, he gets the goal to kind of give you some life at all in the first half, and then even as the game goes on, I think it's one of the better performances I can remember, at least in recent memory. But even in a lot of the playoff matches I've watched back now. That I can remember from a performance. So
No, yeah, he can do that kind of thing, man. He had so many chances. He could have had 2 or 3 goals this game. Yeah, he can do that. He's an unbelievable player.
for the club, where the club was and what it needed to have a victory like this at home, I mean, pretty big time. Pretty big time.
He wanted this.
The chance
You
coming
could
up
tell.
here soon.
Yeah, you can tell he wanted this one really bad going into the game.
He is the captain. You better take it down.
Yeah,
Got the
no,
lead in extra time. Come on now.
yeah. Oof. This is when I think I was bouncing on the bench at this point. I was so nervous.
Well, because now you guys are dropping back, and
Yeah, we're just.
New York
Yeah, you got
is
it.
starting to gain a little bit more confidence. They're like, all right, we're gonna get at least one more chance.
Go on, Marco.
Five still running.
In this case, Brendan, does Jim give you guys? Does he say? Because I see you guys going for the killer goal at this point, and quite often.
Yeah.
Does he give you free reign to do that, or is he, how do you make that decision between when to push and try and kill the game and when to hold?
So we've talked about formations if you have a lead like this in the game, but I guess in the moment of time of this game, he felt like we shouldn't really change anything. We have formations that we would do if we're up by 1 and it's the last couple minutes of the game. Like, we have ways of doing it, but I think just how things were going, and I think that just like we were kind of pushing to get that second one. But I think we were still defending pretty well at the time too. That was a little foul right there.
Yep.
You
That's
throw a meg late
frustration
in a
right
playoff
there.
game.
Yeah, showing a bite.
Oi!
Yeah, he didn't like that. He didn't like that one bit.
And then the roll. Oh yeah, I know that far too well. Oh,
He
Jim
went
getting
to help
fired
him
up.
up. He went to help him up, to be fair.
He did. By the way, in some of the MLS Classics I have been watching from like 2004, there was like just bloody tackles like that in the first 5 minutes. Just
Oh, the
disgusting
DC New
stuff.
England one.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
insane, man. It was like it should be 3 red cards in the first 5 minutes.
See, that was pre-VAR. You didn't have to worry about,
yeah.
they can go back and watch the tape.
No.
If I get
I've been
away
watching
with it,
some of
I'm
the
good.
old. I've been watching some of the old EPL games too, and just the way that they tackled, man. It's, like, I feel like
Oh.
like seeing some of those should be red cards easily. Like in today's, it's an easy red card,
Easy red.
easy red, like not even debatable.
Brennan, you said you used to watch the old Union games growing up. Did you have like a player that you admired who played for the Union back in the day?
Yeah, so I liked Brian Carroll a lot when I was younger, just how he never stopped running and just I've always been like I'm a big Steven Gerrard fan. That was my guy. I'm a big Liverpool fan. That's how I was and when I was younger, kind of my dad's always pushed me to be that guy. Like, you should be the last guy running every single game, and like that's kind of the identity that I've had. But yeah, watching him grow up, that's why I like Brian Carroll a lot. He also was very technical on the ball, and I liked Nogueira a lot too. I think he was early, but Nogueira was kind of like an 8.
Vincent Nogueira.
Yeah, Vincent Nogueira. I liked him a lot, man. He was crafty on the ball. Kind of reminded me of Harris a little bit, but just a right-footed Harris. And yeah, he was really good too.
Very good player. I played with him in France.
Yeah,
he was fantastic. Great on the ball, skillful, could finish, but also could control the game.
I liked him a lot, man.
Who was your player, Tim, that you looked up to, tried to emulate, and what team do you support?
Tim, were you a Metro Stars fan or?
No, not really. I wasn't really too much of an MLS fan growing up, just because I felt I was pretty far away from like the games and stuff like that. But I like John Terry a lot, so I grew up like obviously a big John Terry fan. And I remember I got to see him train when I was like 14. I think it was when I was with one of the youth national teams. Like Chelsea was training at UCLA, so we were able to go and watch them train. And that's when I was like, man, this guy gets it, you know. So that's actually when I went to Vancouver. That's why I wear 26, is because the coaches there, I told them that I like John Terry, and they just like made me wear 26 and didn't even give me a choice about it either.
What a touch that was.
Classy.
So you're a Chelsea fan?
Not per se. I think I was like a big like John Terry fan, but I like Spurs. I like Spurs as like a team. I enjoy watching them the most.
Not Arsenal.
No.
Who play just brilliantly and just move the ball nicely and have skill everywhere.
They used to, you know.
I was like, what Arsenal team are you watching, man?
They used to. They used
I'm
to.
talking the Henry days. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
A couple.
That was the first time. That was the first time I've seen Harris go into a tackle like that. You wanted to do something to him.
It's the playoffs, right?
Yeah, he was fired up.
Is this a second yellow, possibly, or what?
No, I don't think he's
telling
on.
him just get off the field.
Oh, look, he said, what's going on?
He got poked in the eye, to be fair. After the game, he had like a bloodshot eye.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, his eye he had like a little pink, it looked like a little pink eye.
All right, when you won, what happened? Was there bottles of champagne being sprayed everywhere? Like, what was going on?
No champagne, but we were going crazy.
First win.
Yeah, no, we were going crazy in the locker room. We were going crazy. It was big for us. It was good for our team. Uh-oh.
All right, I think this is getting close to a last chance here. This
might be it.
No,
Is that it?
No, I think
we wanted it right here.
I think we get a better one.
Look at the speed.
Oh.
I like Caceres. Partly because I think he's not afraid to. I like that he just gets in. I've seen like 3 or 4 tackles in this one where he's just fighting.
Yeah.
I noticed that about him.
He's like kind of like an old school 6. You know, he loves like breaking up plays. He loves those tackles, and then he's got some quality on the ball that obviously we like to have. Aaron's taking up the 9 spot for now.
Oh no, I remember that.
Oh.
Yeah,
I know that.
Pulls his
That
hand.
motion.
That's hammy,
that
yeah.
one.
He knows right away, yeah.
Oh, he's down
Kamara's
too.
down too.
We got Kamara on
All the
one
hammies are
side.
starting to go at once, man.
Heavy field, 120 minutes. Yeah. Long season.
And he's like ready to kick on there. You know, he's ready to sprint and it just pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Bro, this is a
bloody day
long
for
game.
us, you know.
Yeah.
With the extra time.
Oh, even added time. Yeah, added time. In
Yeah,
the first
added
half.
time,
I mean,
extra time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody took a knock. This is the type of game everyone takes a knock in. Whether you play 5 minutes, you play 125.
Everybody's in the cold tub. No, keep going.
Man, I love I love this.
Yeah.
I'm like running by him. I'm like, Lou, give me a sec. Just give me a sec, Lou.
No thoughts of going up on this one, Tim, or it's too far?
I think it just happened too quick. Like I went from R18, got to half field. He was already kicking the ball. I was like, I'm gonna be too late to this.
Yeah.
This might be the chance right here.
It comes from the right side, the cross.
No, so there's actually an own goal or a goal that's waved off. Sorry, I think this comes here from.
But this one, where they take a Snapchat in the corner and Red Bull already playing the ball.
Is it this one? Yeah, it is.
Take us through this, Brennan. What happens?
Go ahead.
We were going crazy on the sideline. And then next thing you know, something's up. And they're taking Snapchats, they're taking videos in the corner, like all the players are.
Like selfies?
And look, they're waving.
Oh,
yeah,
look,
they're like
got
waving it
no.
off. Look, they got
no,
the phone.
stop.
They're taking
do
selfies
that.
and stuff. And then
Oh,
Red
no.
Bull's like already starting to get the ball to go and stuff like that. And we're just celebrating in the corner.
All right, that's clearly offside.
Just
Yeah.
a little
Clearly.
half a
And look,
step,
they're
you know?
playing,
Guys.
and like Marco and everybody's running back. And look, they get the ball right here. Look, they're finally coming back. That's them. And look, he's offside again. He's offside again.
You got to delete those Snapchats, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
delete the photo.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though? Can you imagine if you know that they come
Oh,
back?
no.
They come down and score. Oh my God.
From the fans, from the coaches. Oh, nope.
Yeah.
If
That would
Bedoya
not
gets a
be
hold
good.
of you in the locker room,
Mm.
Wow. It's also the oldest guy who's got the phone too. What's up with that? It's supposed to be the
Man, I'm trying to
18, 19-year-old Snapchatting. Surprised he
Yeah.
can figure it out.
He said, come on, man. There it is. That's the
Oh
chance.
my God.
That's the chance. Out of nothing.
I mean, but that's what Brad does. You know, he's got such quality around the box. Man,
That was
Out of
so,
nothing.
so.
And he gets so much
Just
power.
give him
on
a
it.
sniff.
so much power on that. So much.
I think that was. I didn't get the angle on it, but that was close. That was close.
Yeah, it was
They
close.
had Andre beat. Usually in the other way.
That's
And there it is.
There it is.
Where's Brennan? Where you at?
Oh, yeah.
Get in there.
I see the fist
Get in
bump.
there. Get in there.
Historic win for the Philadelphia Union.
First
Good one.
ever win.
Stinks we couldn't beat Atlanta next round though.
One step at
Yeah.
a time. You know?
One step at a time.
Yeah, but that one hurt.
So, I guess from both you guys, Brennan, what was this like after the match in the locker room, celebrating with the guys? Did you get a night out? I guess you're what, 18 at this point, so I guess.
Yeah. I didn't get a night out, but
So you go home to
I
your
went
parents'
home.
house?
Celebrated with my parents. It was a good night, but I was too
You
tired.
get like
even.
root beer? Did you get some root beer? Like,
I had a Shirley Temple.
okay.
No.
That sounds
No,
good.
it was good though.
That's cool.
I just went home, celebrated with a bunch of my family members. It was good though. It was a really good time for us.
Tim, gotta give it up. Good sport coming on, joining us for this
Yeah,
match.
it's not easy.
I know, disappointing, but what was it like, the experience, I guess, sitting back and watching it?
Yeah, I mean, it's still it's tough to watch. Obviously, I think being ahead in that game and having so much momentum in the first half, you look at the second half and we look like a different team. So it's tough to watch for sure.
You look like you're ready to go run 6 miles too. Like you're motivated.
Me?
You want this. Yeah, you want that season to start back up and get going.
Yeah, man, I definitely itching for the season to start. That's for sure, man. It's been too much time inside. Too many hours.
Chuck D.
I look forward to it. Exciting
for you,
game,
man?
one of the best playoff games I've seen.
This is the second time we've watched this together.
Yeah, and it was probably better.
Yeah, I think so.
Because we get the insight with these guys about the season, about the game. But I can't wait till this year gets going again and seeing you guys get back on the field, see some matches, some competitive matches, especially this rivalry. I want to see some real goals, tackles.
Well, that's the
The
thing.
shimmy
I mean,
that you're talking about, Aronson.
I know
The
we
shoulder
started off
shake.
with. Yeah, we need that shake. I'm gonna watch out for that, Tim. No, but I think rivalries are born. They can exist. They change a lot too. But I know we mentioned my times playing against Sporting. It's like the playoff matches to me are the ones that define rivalries. Even if you look at, I've been watching the old Jordan doc and seeing him go against it with the Celtics, or then later on with the Knicks and back and forth. I mean, so for me, I think this one, just based on that game alone, has a lot of potential to going forward to continue to kick on from here. So thank you guys for joining us. I know we also have next week come back. We will have Christian Roldan and Reggie Cannon confirmed. With this just happened, breaking news. These guys are going to be on alongside with Susanna and Jillian from the Call Up. Check out their podcast. So that is bound to be a good time. We will
Get
see
some guys
everybody
to film
next
some
time.
talent too, huh? Get some guys.
Oh, yeah.
We
Come
will,
up with
we
some
will.
talent.
All right?
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, we'll have to find some
Submit
guys for
some
sure.
Brendan,
videos.
if you can
Come
grow a
on.
mustache between now and next Thursday, that we will put you on the talent show. I
I'll
promise
I'll
you
tweet
we'll
out.
find a way.
I'll tweet
Yeah,
at you
that
guys
would be-
if I can do it.
That would be a hell of a
All right,
time.
I'll do it. I'll try.
All right. I think we just get like some type of slow. What do they call it? The hyperlapse of just the mustache growth.
The
for,
mustache growth? Okay.
3 weeks or whatever it takes.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Well, thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
All right,
and
thanks for having us.
we will see you guys next time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it,
you.
guys.
Bye.